Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. Two new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire. 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. A golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. The serene land of diversity and charm is set to witness the celebration of esports. 8 states, 1 voice. The Northeast Esports Summit is calling. 2 big titles, Clash of Clans, FreeFire. Compete in 4 online qualifiers to reach the grand finals. Prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. Registrations open from 14th October onwards.
Welcome everyone once again to the Northeast Esports Summit, brought to you by the Airtel India Esports Store and Red Bull. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. I'll be your host for today. And yes, this is another weekend. Qualifier number 3 is about to, well, come to an end today, as we will have Clash of Clans finals and also Free Fire happening in this day. But before we get the show started, I have to introduce my analyst to you guys as well. So joining me on the desk, ladies and gentlemen, it will be none other than the Papa Bear himself, Fixes. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm all excited. I just had my can of Red Bull. And well,
Yeah.
Johnny, 2 titles that we have today, Clash of Clans, and then we are following up with Free Fire.
Yes.
So, talking about the finals, yesterday we did see some amazing strats coming out from both the teams. And today, what do you think? Is it going to be Mizo 2014 or Parabeam 9? What are your early predictions?
I don't think I could predict anything, because we have seen these teams in the past as well. Mizo 2014 coming in from Qualifier 1, returning from Qualifier 1, and Parabim Yang coming back from Qualifier number 2.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what the lineup was in this third Qualifier, starting all the way from the semifinals itself. And it is quite interesting, right? Because that makes you think, all right, are these teams going to
Right.
come back, the teams that don't make it to the playoffs right now, are they going to come back again in Qualifier 4? That's going to be the last qualifier, and it's going to be the last opportunity for every one of you watching us online to actually get yourself a spot to compete for the massive prize pool that we have lined up for you guys. We're going to have a look at the prize pool distribution right now, ladies and gentlemen, and there it is. 3.5 lakh rupees of total prize pool to be given out. We're going to be starting off with Clash of Clans. So as you can see over there, first position will be getting 75,000 rupees. Second position takes home 25,000 rupees, and third and fourth position will be getting 15,000 rupees each. Talking about what we have after Clash of Clans, though, Free Fire, total prize pool dedicated for that is 2.2 lakh rupees.
Right.
Also, along with the prize money, there's obviously going to be bragging rights and the opportunity to solidify yourself a standing in the Airtel India Esports Store.
Yeah, of course. Now that you've mentioned Airtel India Esports Store, that is the kind of initiative that Nodwin Gaming and Airtel India have embarked upon. And with the way things are going, we're seeing a lot of new talents coming out from the Northeast region, certainly considered as one of the untapped territories in the realms of esports. If you talk about physical sports, they've always been there. But now, entering into Free Fire, then we have Clash of Clans. And even now, if you talk about different MOBA games, this region has always been there.
Exactly. They have a lot to offer, and this is the stage where they can showcase themselves. You guys can showcase yourself, ladies and gentlemen. But before we move forward with the matches and the action, let's have a look at the format explainer video and see what it's about.
The Northeast Esports Summit by Nodwin Gaming is a dedicated esports championship for Northeast with a prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. The tournament has Clash of Clans and Free Fire in its lineup of games. The tournament format is fairly simple. There will be 4 qualifiers for both games, and the team securing the top spot in the qualifiers final will earn a slot in the grand finals. Now let's take a look at the format for each game. In Clash of Clans, first, the registered teams will compete in qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 128 slots. This will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. All matches will be played in a single elimination best-of-1 format. The winner of each qualifier will advance to the playoffs. The 4 teams will play best-of-1 semi-finals, and the preceding 2 teams will play best-of-3 grand finals to clinch the championship title. Now moving on to Free Fire. The registered teams will compete in the qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 400 slots. The qualifiers will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. Each qualifier will have 3 rounds. After round 3, a total of 12 teams will reach the qualifier finals in each of the 4 qualifiers. The qualifiers final will be played in a best-of-5 format, out of which top 3 teams from each qualifier will earn a slot in the grand finals. The grand finals will have 12 teams competing in best-of-12 format to earn the title of Free Fire champions at Northeast Esports Summit. Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. For detailed information on dates and prize pool, visit anysummit.nodwingaming.com. The grand finals are set to take place on 5th and 6th December, and all games will go live on Airtel Extreme and YouTube and Facebook handles of Nodwin Gaming.
Oh wow, I mean, my mind is blown. Imagine that, 128 slots, and out of there only 4 make it to, well, the playoffs of the qualifiers. And from there on out, you have to compete. It's a different fight to make it to the grand finals.
Yeah, of course. And not only that, if you even miss out on today, right, you always have one more chance. Just that one more chance. Because since from the qualifier number 1, we've almost come to qualifier number 3 finals today, and you just have that one qualifier last chance to make it for that to compete, in fact, for the 3-day, and you just have that one qualifier last chance to make it for that to compete, in fact, for the 3 lakh rupees prize pool that is on the line over there.
Exactly. Let's have a look at the brackets as well for Clash of Clans, ladies and gentlemen, and fixes. I mean, you have seen these teams in action. We have seen them since qualifier 1, in fact, and 2, because they, like all the 4 teams that made it this far, were there. But today, you asked me my predictions. I'm going to ask you, my analyst.
Yeah.
You predict something.
So I think my money will be on Mizoram 2014 with the way they've been playing yesterday. Because if you remember remember the match of Parabimyang and Mizo Future 2040. So what really happened was that difference of that 1 star. And I believe one of their players, that was legendary Jose, was the one from Mizo 2040 who actually got a 1 star in his attack. So I think that was the icebreaker, that was the deal breaker, which really led Parabimyang to the victory. So considering how Mizoram 2014 have been performing, I think they might just be
you know what the best part about this is, these brackets is, because if you remember, if we take a trip down the memory lane, qualifier 1, semi-finals, it was the matchup between Mizo Future versus Mizoram 2014, and in qualifier 2, Assam Elites were the one who eliminated Parabimyang. So this time, I mean, everyone is going to be happy that they're not facing the same opponents. But I mean, it is time for us to step into the action soon, and well, what is going to happen, only time will tell, and so will our lovely casters. So we're going to head straight to them right now and let the action commence.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Of course, this is qualifier number 3 of the Northeast Summit, and of course, it's very exciting because this is the finals. One of these teams is going to be meeting us all at the grand finale that's going to be happening. And what games we witnessed yesterday, they were superb, a lot of fun. If you all have missed out, please do go ahead and check them out. And Ocean, I know yesterday was a very good day. Some teams really struggled. Some teams were able to prove their caliber and make it to today's final. What are you expecting today, and how excited are you?
I would say yesterday's games were, kind of comebacks and all those things. That is one thing that was happening yesterday. But for today, there's one thing that I want, that's proper domination from one team. Probably like go for 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars. Like first 3 attacks, maybe 3 stars, and stopping the opponents at 2 stars, 2 stars, and maybe the third attack at 1 star, something like that. Because if you do that, it shows that Team A, suppose it might be Para, it might be Mizo, it'll show that they learned from the mistakes of yesterday, and they were quick with their learning capability. So that's one thing that I'll just look forward to, and this is where Mizoram 2014 just comes in with a very good super witch attack once again.
Absolutely. It's going to be the Super Witch is a flavor here in the Northeast Championship. And Peter also opened yesterday from Mizoram 2014. If you already have a team that you're supporting, go hashtag NE Summit and let us know what does your prediction look like, because now the battle is on. We're going to start this attack here with the Grand Warden in the front lines. Of course, you do have the healers right behind him. With the Super Witches, of course, he decided to go with 3 wizards for himself. We also see a siege barrack in deployment. But when we look at this map layout, you do notice that the Town Hall is completely situated on the north side. Meanwhile, Eagle Archery is completely on the south side. It's going to be charged up now, and of course, you're going to see the Balloons make their entrance there. Behind everything, of course, the siege barrack is going to be deployed there from the west side, and the Grand Warden is joining the fun with the Archer Queen. Now they're heading into that first compartment. You do see a lot of defensive CC getting propped. You also see that there is going to be quite a bit of damage coming out there from the Eagle Archery, but finally, he's going to manage to take down that Town Hall and finish that first compartment for himself. Now, with all the 3 heroes right in that similar compartment, it does seem like Peter is moving in the right motion, the right flow, but at the end of the day, too much of splash damage can work against him in his favor.
It's a pretty good thing how these players play. Like if it's a Super Witch attack, they always go for the Grand Warden and healer combination. Otherwise, people go for Queen and healer combination. So what they do is they make the Queen rely on just its abilities of popping up those rages as well. But for the Grand Warden is where they need the back end cover. So they go for the healers, and that I think is working out pretty well in their favor for sure. Scattershot will be taken down as well, and now their focus will be shifting on the Eagle Artillery slowly and steadily, and that's one thing that they will be taking down, if not as per se. But moving down from compartments, now Queen locks herself up onto the Eagle Artillery, and this is where the fall of Eagle Artillery will be coming in. They have a lot of time. That means 100% first attack will be coming pretty soon.
Absolutely, you nailed that on point with the fact that, when you look at the way the heroes are on the map till now, you can see that they can get you to that extra 25% that's required to get this all to 100%. He has 1 minute left on the clock. That means that's enough of time to be getting 20% of this base. But the Royal Champion, of course, he is in the front lines. Now, I don't really see a lot of defensive units remaining. I don't see anything taking down this Archer Queen. So I think this is going to be the first attack coming out from Mizoram 2014, a 3-star attack. I would say it's a beautiful start for them. This also states to us the momentum that Mizoram 2014 has in store for us. At the same time, Para, they have looked at this fight. They know they've already been taken down by those 3 stars. Their first attack needs to be a 3-star attack. Now, if it's not a 3-star attack, it is more of a mental game that's going to be played here by Mizo. The fact that Para is going to be a little worried as to how are they going to get those 3 stars if they fail. Also, yesterday, there were a few attacks which I was a little worried would end with a 1-star attack. So even the players need to make sure that the bases they're attacking, if they're not going to be able to convert 3 stars, they shouldn't get stuck at a 1-star and get a little desperate, because at the end of the day, we also have qualifier number 4 that's going to be happening next week, and if they fail today, they can come back for that and register. And least of time, sitting at home, of course, if you feel you're worthy of being a Clash of Clans professional player, go ahead, register, and of course, we would love to see you play and love to see how you perform at the end of the day. And it's a lot of money on the line, Ocean. I just read it's a 130,000 prize pool there for just Clash of Clans.
Exactly. Prize pool and bragging rights, they go hand in hand, right? You get a very good prize pool. Alongside that, you get the bragging rights. And obviously, if you're an individual performer, Airtel India Esports Tour is waiting for you as well. I mean, the year is about to end, right? And we kicked off this year saying that we need to find that one player, that one person, that one gamer, that one esports enthusiast who will be showcasing his talent by the end of the year. And slowly and steadily, there were players who were just coming forward, showcasing like back-to-back 3 stars and whatnot. So I want to see what happens when the year ends with that one as well. But for now, first attack 3-star by Mizo, I think it's a pretty good start. But I want to see what Para does for the comeback, for the retaliation, for the anger probably that they have, because the base was pretty much destroyed.
Absolutely. And the Para yesterday in their semi-final match, they were able to convert 3 stars. It was not like they couldn't. Their first attacker, I think, came out with the 3 stars for them. So I'm looking to see whether they want to follow the similar concept or want to let the 3-star players wait till the end and play under that pressure. But no, it's going to be GIO. He opened yesterday from Para. He's going to be opening today also. And he's going for a very comfortable pickup here. It's going to be the hybrid Hog Miner combination. 15 miners, 14 Hogs in this arsenal. He also has an extra balloon just stacked up there. He's going to start his attack there from the west side. As you can see, the Archer Queen, she's going to start her walk. Where are the healers? I don't see any healers. Finally, they're going to be dropped down on the map with the baby dragon on the back line. The defensive CC, they've already been propping towards her, and quick rage getting deployed there very quickly there by GIO. I'm worried whether that was a too quick attack, but at the end of the day, of course, you do see the Lava Hound. He's also been pulled out there by the Archer Queen. Once, of course, she manages to take him down. If it's the timer, which is at 2 minutes 15 seconds, she's already having a very good walk. Meanwhile, when you look at the whole base layout, you also notice that there are not many Inferno towers on the outside. So just at the central compartment where there's this one multi-Inferno tower, which is going to be causing a little bit of trouble. But for now, with that poison it deployed, and of course, you see that wall breaker almost making it all the way to that wall, but going to be annihilated there with the Inferno tower.
I mean, that was a good one. CC now will be taking down slowly and slowly. After that, I would say the Town Hall might be the next one, being the victim out there. And I would say, yeah, the Rage spell deployed in that one was a pretty good decision because obviously Queen's health was pretty low at that moment. Now Siegebreak has been deployed onto the other sides of the areas alongside King as well. But King and Pekka are moving in different directions. See, this is the thing that I'm always worried about. You need to move King and Pekka together. But once King actually gets situated onto the other sides, and it creates a lot of difference. Right now, King's ability needs to be charged. Of course, it is low on its health. They are still trying to get it to a good potential, but now I think the abilities are coming up to Linsley, and Hawkminer combination was also thrown apart right now, and they will be getting 2 stars for sure. But I'm just a little bit skeptical about the third one.
It's a beautiful attack here, though. You do see that beautiful freeze come out there on Inferno Tower, giving the Hogs enough time to take that one very important tower down. And once that's down, Eagle Archery is the next one to take down. GIO looking very confident in this fight. He's taken down the major defensives that could have annihilated him. Knight's base, definitely a little complex, but GIO working his way towards it. Now, there are 53 seconds left on the clock. He has about 30% damage to do. He's reached that 75% mark, which is a very important mark. He can convert this to a 3 stars. He did that yesterday. I see a repeat happening today, and I must say he seems so very confident when it comes to this Hawk Miner combination. This hybrid definitely works in GIO's favor. And for the end, of course, you do see the Royal Champion chipping down on the final gold mines. The healers are still there, the ability of the Queen is still there, and also a lot of time on his side. Ladies and gentlemen, we have mentioned this time and time again that when the stars are even, when the attack damage is even, that's when we look at the time. And GIO saving that 30 seconds for his team is going to help him out if we reach that final phase of just looking at attack time. So great start here by Para. Both the teams evened out with their 3 stars. The next player, I must say, he's under pressure, because when you have a good start, you somewhere want to keep up with that performance. You don't want to be that player who kind of fails the team at any given point of time. But they also got to remember that with the second attack, we are also going to realize which team is kind of going ahead a little bit or going behind a little bit. So that's something else to keep in mind. But Mizo, they have done this before. They can do it again. All it comes down to, can they really make it to the grand finale? I never really asked you, Ocean, who are you predicting to win this one?
I don't know right now. But 3 stars, like 2 3 stars that are coming from both the teams. See, I want Para to win because yesterday they kind of lost the game, then they came back, so that was a pretty good fight that they gave. But then right now with the starting momentum that Mizo also has, you can't be pretty much sure, right? But still, I would say if I have to choose one, I'll go for Para. But it just comes down to the next stack of Mizo. If they go for another 3 star, then the pressure again comes to Para.
Okay, so I'm going to put my money on Mizo because I've seen them perform before. Every single match that they play, I do feel that they grow a little bit more. Taking down Mizo Future 2040 was a difficult task for them in qualifier number 2. In the end, they did not make it to the grand finale. So I like the way they're persistent of coming back in the qualifiers and trying to set the mark. At the same time, nothing taken from Para. I think they also keep trying yet again. And all these teams, of course, this is, I think, one of the first times that they've actually had a tournament all the way in the Northeast side. So it's a lot riding on them. I think they're super excited to play this. Let's just see what's in store next. For now, of course, Chief is going to come here, another player who didn't really have the best performances yesterday. I think he could have converted better. He's going for something that is very tried and tested by him. It's a Yeti Smash Bowler combination. You also see 5 balloons in his arsenal. He's also got 2 headhunters, which is very interesting. When you look at the base layout yet again, you do see the Town Hall is on the south side. Meanwhile, the Eagle Archery is on the north side. And when you look at these Inferno Towers, they're situated right next to the Eagle Archery and of course the Town Hall. So those are 2 things that Chief needs to keep in mind while starting this attack. He's going to open up here with the Grand Warden with the healers starting in there from the north side. A little defensive streets here going to get propped. The funnel has been created. Meanwhile, on to the east side now, you do see a baby dragon with the balloon. These are mostly just to check if there are any hidden traps, any hidden Tesla farms that need to be propped before he really starts his Yeti Smash combination.
Let's see how this combination just gets. Of course, once the bowlers are in, they are an arsenal of destruction. They for sure are right now. But again, Grand Warden being used with the healers at the back and taking down Eagle Artillery in the starters, it sure as well, seems like a pretty good decision right now. And Eagle Artillery will be taken down even before they realize it now. Barbarian King is doing every inch of damage onto one side. Yeti alongside Yeti Mites as well. Now Yeti Mites will be opening up and they will be taking down things. And Ice Golems coming in. This is where the push comes in. A push has to chime in as soon as they take down that one Eagle Artillery. They are ready for the push. A good ability usage is also coming in from Barbarian King, and I think they are going to be taking down compartments by compartment easily.
Absolutely. You see the scatter shots. They were in that particular compartment which was just taken down, and that means that Chief is mostly taken down all the defenses that is required. Meanwhile, now, of course, you do see the defensive CCs that have come out. It's going to be lava out this time around. So you do see a battle blimp also traveling towards the town hall. The town hall has been activated, so that's going to be a little worrisome. But with the Archer Queen there, I think those lava puffs can be dealt with ease. He's got that one star with his favor, just destroying the base. His second star is going to be coming in here for destroying the town hall. And the healers, everybody alive and kicking. And there's nothing really to damage them because there's no Eagle Artillery. But of course, you see nice freezes coming out. Also, the Yetis moving in synergy. But the flow needs to continue. They can't really stop the flow because there are quite a few bowlers that have already been vanquished from this map. You know, on the sidelines, I only see 2 bowlers. Everybody's been very scattered after taking down that town hall, and that could be expensive. Meanwhile, the Archer Queen is the next one to fall. So Chief started out on a great note, but I do feel somewhere that if he had started his attack from the east side in the place of starting it from the north, he could have taken out the town hall a little faster and given them an extra few percentages. For now, of course, you do see that the Grand Warden is still alive. MVP Grand Warden, I must say, he took down the Eagle Artillery. He stayed alive through the whole process. The healers are there to save him, but now time, my friend, is not on his side. He has 14 seconds remaining, 78% damage done, and he's going to be losing that Grand Warden to that very, very annoying Inferno Tower.
Well, right now, still on one side, as you can see, they were trying everything to take it down to 79, but it could not. It's down to 78%, 2-star. So Para has, maybe they have the game in their hands if they can take it down to, what, 80% as well. 79%, they get a higher percentage in that one. But for now, if I have to talk about this one, this was a pretty good start, taking down Eagle Artillery right off the bat. And then, with the help of Grand Warden, and Grand Warden actually, took down all the areas mostly by itself. So that was an MVP Grand Warden for sure. And the push was incredible. But timing was not their best friend in this one.
Absolutely. And that's where we go back to how Para opened the show, because Para still has that 30-second lead that we keep mentioning. And now if you look at the attack damage also, Chief ending at a 70%, I don't really expect that to be a great performance. Maybe 85 to 90, I think that's a good high star, 2-star performance. But anything below that is too dangerous, especially when you're playing the finals of a qualifier. And Chief going to be scratching his head. I don't think he was expecting this. But now Para, they have the ball in their court. If they're able to convert the next 3 into even anything about 85% and above, they already win in attack damage. I'm not talking about the stars, just damage. So let's see what Para has in store for us. I do expect them to go for another Super Witch combination, I must say. They were looking very confident on that yesterday. The Yeti Bowler combination, we've seen it, but I've not really seen it have the best results if not executed correctly. So I think that was a worry there for Mizo. But now, of course, next coming in from Para, we have Monia. We saw him perform yesterday. He had a decent performance. Today he's going for a very similar build. It's going to be the hybrid Hawk Miner combination. He's already started his attack here pretty strong. You see the Archer Queen already in the front lines, the Barbarian King onto the sidelines there from the southwest side. And meanwhile, at the bottom, the healers with the Archer Queen entering that first compartment very close to that town hall. So they could make this entrance a very good one. Meanwhile, the Eagle Artillery chamber is right next to the town hall chamber. So it'll be interesting to see whether Mon wants to go ahead and completely vanquish the base on the south side, or does he want to split this push and give it a north and a south look?
I would say could have just gone for the raise right now. Use the ability of King, use the ability of Queen right off the bat. This might be bad because the King has already taken up a toll right now. They're sending just 2 Hogs right now. I mean, it's not a proper push as far yet. I don't know what the strategy is in their minds right now, because they should go for everything. Go for the Hogs and minus, because this is a bad one. See, right now, the King and Queen have taken up a toll. Siege Barrack is coming up. You should have actually sent King with the Pekkas. That would have been better. Well, now the proper push is coming in. Miners are there. Hogs will be sent next. But I think if everything goes south, this will be a bad one, because they might just lose right off the bat. Obviously, they have a Grand Warden out there, but look at Grand Warden's health. Look at Grand Warden's health out in this one. This is a bad toll.
I mean, look at that. The Eagle Artery makes one connect onto everybody, and the Hog Riders completely get moved out from this map. Now, it does seem like he's already lost quite a few Hogs, so he needs to be really careful, Mon. He's taken down the Eagle Artery chamber, but not before it got that first shot off, so that's going to be an expensive one. Meanwhile, he does have the 1 minute 15 seconds left on the clock. He's taken 55% of the base. He's heading into the next compartment. The Royal Champion doing a phenomenal job here. Going to be able to take down that Wizard Tower. Nice freeze getting deployed, but not onto the Inferno Tower, more on the scatter shot. And I don't think that's a bad idea, but it's a little risky when you just have a few units remaining. For now, I do feel this has already gone south, and majorly because of that first shot coming out from the Eagle Artery. It destroyed almost 30% of the Hogs that Mon had really sent. And now with that multi-towered Inferno, it's going to make a connect there onto the Grand Ward. And he does have a few cleanup troops. You do see that Wizard on the back lines. You do see that Royal Champion. His ability has already been used, and he's going to be the next one to fall. But at the end of the day, Mon going to be closing at mostly 75-76%. Again, I would say it's an average performance. Compared to Chiefs, of course, it's a little bit better. But both these performances are going to cost the team quite a bit as we move on to the fourth and the fifth performance.
Actually, they're doing good. Look at this. If this closes up at 78%, then it's similar to the previous of Miso 2014. So I want to see if they can get it to 79% just to have that 1% lead or something. That's where it just comes down to. That's how you crunch the numbers in this one. Will it be a 78%? I don't know, because I'm more excited about that one. So yeah, it is a 78%. All right. So it's similar. It's similar to previous Miso 214 attack.
Absolutely. I mean, it's about a 3 to 4% gap between both the teams. And okay, Ocean, I will give you those extra points for that. But it is a good performance. I think he did well. Somewhere I did feel that not targeting the Eagle Artery chamber before going for the Town Hall compartment was a risk that he was willing to take. It does, I'm telling you, it does come in at the fourth and the fifth attacker, because then the pressure is so strong. Now, until now in the Northeast, qualifier number 3, we've not had a game that's moved to attack damage. Most of the games have ended with just a difference in stars. But this is, of course, the finals, and that means that we may end up with even stars and then look at attack damage. And that's why this discussion about having a low percentage attack will always come into focus. But of course, now I think with both the teams evened out again, Mizo looking excited, they could make their next attack a much more prominent attack. Are you expecting an air deck choice this time? Because I really feel that most of the players nowadays, they don't like to play an air deck choice.
I would say we should see either one or two, probably, just chime in with the Lava Loons and a Battle Blimp just moving forward across the town halls and all those areas. So probably that might be a good one, or maybe Electro Dragons, the combination of Electro Dragons might just come in. But for now, I would say these players, see, they tried pretty good. Super Witch attack is coming out really beneficial somehow for these players.
Absolutely. In the Super Witch attack, the only thing to keep in mind for most players is that they do it in time. This was a cause of concern in most of the other tournaments that we saw them play the Super Witch attack. But some players have learned to play around the time. They've added a few more rages, they've added more spacing, and that's really worked for them. So let's see today if Knight can convert here, because he is going for a Super Witch attack, just like Ocean predicted. And now he's going to start his attack here from the north side. You're going to see the Grand Warden there in the front lines. The healers also, they're quick Earthquake spell just in the central compartment of that area. Looking at the base layout, I do feel again this is quite a complex base even for a witch attack. Entering each compartment and coming out is going to be where they're going to be wasting most of their time, and hopefully they'll be able to convert. You need to see a quick jump spell also getting deployed there just to make sure that they can just jump across into the town hall compartment. The first big attack going to be dropped here with the Grand Warden is going to be the Barbarian King. He started his walk here from the northwest side and looking to enter the first compartment onto the back lines. Of course, you do see the Eagle Artery. Now it's charged up, and that's going to be problematic.
Well, that is going to be problematic right now. You need to take Eagle Artery down, but it obviously is far away, plus it's surrounded by other defensive units as well. And now Town Hall will be giving a lot of trouble, but obviously it will be taken down slowly and steadily as the troops are moving forward. And there it is, the first blow taking Town Hall down. Miso 2014 is coming back in its element with everything that they have, again, all thanks to these Super Witches out in this one. Now CC troops have been lured out. Look at that, Lava Hound will be broken down into Lava Pups, and Pups will be taken down as well slowly and steadily. Healers will be taken down onto the defensive side, but right now the most important thing is the Hogs coming in from the west side alongside Royal Champion. So let's see how they take all of the base down, but for now, defensive units might just make it look a bit difficult.
I mean, I'm a little surprised that we didn't really see the Archer Queen walk taking down the Lava Hound. It's a very expensive movement that he's really done here because it could cost him at the end of the few seconds. For now, he's going to be taking down the Eagle Archery Chamber. On the backlines, of course, you do see the Royal Champion. He still has his ability available, but he's lost his Queen, he's lost his King, and he's lost his Grand Warden. And in any case, if Knight wants to proceed into the last compartment, you do notice there is an Inferno Tower, there is a Scatter Shot, and there is a Wizard Tower. And all these three things are really dangerous. So I do feel if he had actually taken down the defensive CC before he started his Witch Walk, we would have seen a higher scorecard. But for now, of course, with 48 seconds remaining, he's finished about 70% of this base. Moving into the final compartment, the Royal Champion in the front lines, not going to be connected as of now, actually is connected with the Inferno Tower and not going to manage to take it down. A lot of damage getting dealt onto him. We have one Super Witch remaining with a few Wizards on the back line. And with 30 seconds, this could definitely move to an 82% performance. But Ocean, I must say, the way things are going now, it is going to come down to an attack damage between these two players and not the stars.
And for sure, look at this. Both of them had 35.6, 35.6 overall damage. I mean, they both had every similar thing in the first two attacks. Now I want to see what the third one comes from Team Para, because Mizoram 2014, they are looking good. Like, they have time left. 86% is what it is on the clock right now. Might as well try and go to 87. Can they? Almost no, they cannot. So 86% 2-star is where they stop themselves in this one. So Para will have to come up with some good situations. And again, we were talking about the Super Witch attack, right? Time was an issue and the deployment of the troops was an issue. But Super Witch is giving them good answers onto the bases when they need it.
Absolutely. It's not as bad as the Yeti Ebola combination. I mean, it did convert quite well. 87% on a normal day is a really good attack for any player. Of course, at the same time, remember, this is Mizo's third attack, and now it's time for Para's third attack. Once this attack takes place, we'll again know at what stage these two teams stand. It also puts into focus that if the fifth player is a trump card and he comes out and throws 3 stars on anybody's face, they basically just going to take it all the way. So it's a very risky place to be for both these teams. They shouldn't be getting comfortable. They should rather be a little bit more anxious as to how this is going to move on. But meanwhile, Para, I'm excited to see what they're going to try now.
Probably, even I am excited to see, because if they go for a Super Witch attack of their own selves, probably might just be a good one. Might just take it to 86% 2-star again. We'll be seeing the similarities once again. But still, I mean, that's a long shot though. But if that happens, that'll be a different one. Or maybe they come up with an air attack. You never know, right? Things might just change. Things might just escalate in this one. So this attack will be a deciding one for Team Para as well. It might be more than 86, it might be less than 86, and that will create a lot of difference.
I just hope it goes above 90. I love to see above 90 attacks. Yesterday, we saw a few that ended at 99%, ladies and gentlemen, and it was so exciting to watch. So I hope that today we see another one of a similar reign. For now, it's going to be San Goku from the side of Para making his attack. And finally, we do see an air attack getting deployed here from Para's side. It's going to be 10 dragons in his arsenal. He also has about 4 balloons, 1 headhunter, 1 battle blimp, and he also has a baby dragon with 2 archers. He has 4 rages, which is also a very interesting thing. He needs that momentum on the map once he does deploy those dragons. But first, he needs to make sure that all the dragon defenses that are on the map should be patiently removed, and then he can deploy the dragons. Dragons, of course, they take much less time compared to normal attacks, so he can save up on that time. He can be patient with this one. But now he's going to start his attack there from the north side. You see the Barbarian King in the front lines, the Archer Queen right behind. No healers. It's going to be a suicide attack coming out from his end. There's also going to be an Ice Golem getting deployed. The Wall Breaker making its way towards it. You see the Headhunter immediately deployed to take down that defensive king. And oh my god, the Archer Queen, she needs to deploy her ability now and move forward. But not the Archer Queen, actually, it's a Barbarian King who needed to deploy his ability. Meanwhile, the Ice Golem is still alive, looking to freeze that area. But where is that backup to use this freeze as soon as it's deployed?
But look at King. King goes down. That freeze was in vain right now. Now Queen has deployed her ability as well, but Queen might be in a lot of trouble. Queen goes down as well. King and Queen have gone down. Kingdom needs a savior. We'll have to see what comes up next, because balloons have been taken down from the other side as well. And now I need to see that push. And there it is. The push is going to be coming in. We'll have to see if that, this chimes up with everything, because all the dragons are just out there. But still, it's luring down the CC troops. And they still need that 1 star, at least 1 star, 2 stars, just for that. Battle blimp is going to be straight away heading towards the compound. That's where the area is for the town hall. Let's see if it reaches there. I would say there's no competition out in that one, so it will be reaching town hall. And after that, the proper push is going to be coming in. There goes town hall. First star coming in. Second star is going to be on the way as well. 50% 2 star. Let's see if this one actually goes to a 90% or more.
I was very excited to see how Sangoku handled that Eagle Archery. He saw that Battle Blimp travel. He knew those shots are going to be expensive, and he just froze the Eagle Archery, giving the Dragons enough time to take down the Town Hall. Now he's moved to a 61%. It's not the best scorecard. I must say this could move to a 70-75%, but it's worrisome. Meanwhile, he's still not taken that Eagle Archery chamber. Going to freeze it again. So that's almost the third freeze going on to the Eagle Archery just to give it a little bit more space. Meanwhile, you do see a lot of cleanup troops there from the south side of the map. The minions are there with that one solo dragon, but when you look at the central compartment now, he has lost all his dragons, and now with just the Grand Warden there, I don't really see this proceeding too far. It will close at a 75%, and a fourth freeze getting deployed there on the Eagle Archery chamber. Now, there were two ways to look at this fight. Now, either he could have done what he just did, or he could have just tried and annihilated that Eagle Archery. Wasting 4 freezes on just one unit rather than taking it down is a very gambling kind of situation you're putting your team under. But Sangoku lower than his teammates now at 74%. He does have those 4 seconds remaining. Going to lose his last companion right before that. Not be able to convert to a 75%. Ocean, I must say, I did see quite a few mistakes in this particular battle. I did expect Sangoku to do a little bit more better.
I mean, same onto this one, but well, this is what it is right now, right? So, Team Para, they might, I wouldn't say they would be losing this one, but I would say they might just be in a bad situation because, just like I said, if they had less than 86 or more than 86, and that will create a lot of difference. This is at 70s, so probably next one or maybe after that, they need at least 1 3-star, and they need to stop their opponents at 2-star if they want to win, because that's the only way that that it can be done now.
Well, I see your prediction is not coming true, Mr. Ocean. But at the other side, of course, Mizo doing pretty fine. I still say that this ball can go in any court because you just need one good 3-star attack to convert. Now, knowing Mizo, I'm sure they have one player they've still kept who they have super confidence in who can get the 3 stars. We always have that one player. I think even in the ESL India Premiership, we have Professor who always comes last compared to the rest of his teammates and just comes, take those 3 stars and just walks away. And we could see some player like that similar from Mizo's side or even Para's side. So you never really know. Hashtag any summon. Let us know what your thoughts are on this particular matchup and who do you think is moving on to the grand finale that's going to be taking place in December. For now, of course, it is the side of Mizo ready to make their 4th attack. A very important attack here. Once this attack is done, they're going to just mainly rely just on their 5th attack. And the interesting thing here for Para is that they are the final attackers, so they still get a slight advantage over Mizo. But let's see what's in store here. It's going to be Peter coming in here. Now, Peter yesterday, he was able to convert to 3 stars, could convert today if everything goes as planned. He's going with 17 Witches, Ocean, a new strategy, I must say. I've not really seen a lot of players use this strategy. We've seen a lot of Super Witches, we've seen a lot of hybrids, but with the Witches, the only weakness is that if you don't have a very strong front line or you have like a single targeted Inferno, then it does get a little risky.
But well, in this one, Golem will be used as a good tank, and then Witches, I believe, will be deployed behind Golem, and that's one thing that can happen. Exactly, that is what is happening right now. As you can see, Golem is being used right up front, and that Wall Wrecker is going to be wrecking up each and everything that's going to be coming up right next to him. The heroes have been deployed as well. A proper attack coming in from one direction, and that one direction is looking pretty good right now, but they have to, chime up the numbers as Witches are being taken down right now, and so are the Skeletons. Skarmy is moving forward with everything in their power. Defensive Lava Hound is kind of in shock for what is happening, but Wallwrecker, look at this, is moving up forward, is taking down walls, but now it has been taken down. Yetis are going to be the ones that were driving this game.
I mean, the Eagle Archery is so confused. It doesn't really know which side to attack. There are so many little babies all around the map, and they've been able to take down 50% of the base. So I do like the spam attack coming out from Peter. Just take down whatever you see in your arsenal. And it does feel like the Town Hall is going to be the next one to fall. So he has secured that 2nd star, but everybody's so close to each other that the Eagle Archery now is having a ball of the time. We do see the Skeletons have almost been annihilated. The only real hero surviving is the Archer Queen, but she does have her ability, so that is a good sound call. call. Meanwhile, the Inferno Tower, it's a multi-targeted Inferno, so it is causing quite a bit of damage there to the Grand Warden. So that's going to be the next one to fall here. But meanwhile, the Archer Queen, she is there and she's looking pretty strong. We'll be able to convert a little bit more, but now time, he has more than enough. But when we look at the number of troops from 17 witches, I don't see a single one remaining. And that's where Peter has, I think, messed this up for himself. The golems were perfect, but with multi-targeted Infernos against golems, it is kind of complicated. And to be able to convert is a little difficult. I do still feel that if he hadn't gone for this whole spam attack, maybe we would have seen a higher number. But for now, 80% is not bad at all.
Yeah, well, I would say this is quite decent. I mean, they have had the second attack was also same 78%. Now this one as well. But I mean, all Para needs to do again is one thing: go for a 3-star. If you go for a 3-star, you win this match. If you can't go for a 3-star, you'll have to, pass the pressure torch to the final attacker from your team. So that's one thing that just comes in. But this attack started good. They had golems. Golems were being used as tank, like every whatever the defensive troops were doing, it was onto the golems, and witches were trying to do everything from the backsides. But then it did not work out because witches diverted. They diverted from the central area, and that just created a lot of differences among the attackers' side, and that's where they lost the game. Otherwise, it would have been, if not 100%, I would assume this would have gone easy 90% plus.
Absolutely. I think even if they had just taken down that one Eagle Artery, it would have gone to 90%. The fact that it stayed alive for quite a while, it did 3 shots onto the map, and with so many tiny skeletons roaming around, you have masses, you have quantity, but against an Eagle Artery, it just fails. So I think they're also not paying too much attention to these really massive defenses that need to be dealt with. There are a lot of reasons why there's a gap here between players, because they're not really looking at the most important things. But let's see if the next attacker has kept in mind everything that's planned. It's going to be RK coming in here. Hybrid combination, tried, tested, loved by many. 15 miners here, 15 Hog Riders. You also see he's going to start his attack here. Very, very good strategy. He's going on with the Archer Queen, the healers at the back. Very textbook Clash of Clans coming out here, but sometimes you need to go back to the textbook to get everything right. Meanwhile, of course, with the Archer Queen in the front lines, the Inferno Tower is going to be causing a lot of troubles. He needs to freeze that area. He's going to quickly rage out that Archer Queen. She can't take a fall. It'll be too risky. Her ability is going to be deployed here. RK already a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, the poison has been to connect, but the freeze a little too late than I expected, and it's not going to be enough. The Archer Queen has lost her ability, but she's continuing to move forward. Meanwhile, into the other compartment now, you do see that the Barbarian King has removed another big compartment area. Meanwhile, the Siege Barrack now going to be deployed onto the back lines. It is an interesting attack. The Eagle Artery Chamber very close by to where the Siege Barrack has been dropped, so you could see the momentum getting set there. But look at those X-bows dishing out so much damage there just onto the Barbarian King, but he's still surviving. He's got the healers behind just to keep him alive, but the Archer Queen has taken a fall, and that means RK needs to push hard and needs to push really, really through to make it to that Town Hall compartment.
Well, 36, 37, 38, 39, it's just moving with respect to time, and they will be taking their stars for sure, but still, Town Hall is unfazed. No one's just, looking at that direction. No one wants to go alone in this one, but Queen wants everything, and that's where Queen is coming up, as Queen would like to take that area, and there is a good rage drop just coming up as we speak, and as we see, onto the other side is where Grand Warden is going on to the outskirts. And well, if you have to talk about this one, 65% 2-star seems decent, seems it's not bad for sure. But well, this might be the game that Para needed. I mean, look at this. They are looking for good stars. If not, if they go for 2 stars as well, they just need 90%. If they can get 90%, and seeming with they have good help for the Queen, good help for Grand Warden. Plus, if you talk about this one, the P.E.K.K.A are still surviving from Siege Barrack, and the Wizards are as well surviving. So it might as well change quite a lot of things. But no, one hero goes down, and Queen is doing everything that she can just not to make it more than 90%. If this goes more than 90%, there's still hope of fight.
I mean, this is beautiful. The Queen, of course, the solo stander here. And if there were just less defenses, I'm sure she would have converted this to 100%. We've known Queens to get 30% of a base. That hidden Tesla farm just not expected here from the side of Vandla. I mean, if Vandla had not defensively placed those Teslas over there, we would have seen the Archer Queen just take down one scatter shot. But as we know, Tesla farms are very dangerous. They do electric damage, and they cause a lot of devastation for units. Meanwhile, the Archer Queen, I think she pulled this really far. 89%. I wasn't expecting this attack to go that far. A good conversion there for Para, but is it going to be enough? Because they have only one attack remaining, and it's going to be their last attack into this Northeast Summit qualifier number 3 finals. At the same time, now Mizo, they still have one chance. I think just doing your math, Ocean, if this also ends at a 2-star performance, what is the percentage that you see they need to hit so that they are staying in a lead?
99, obviously. Like, if they just need to, go with the best, obviously they would try and go for 99 because that's where the maximum comes up. But I would say this is where the pressure comes in for both the teams, right? Go for 3-star, go for 3-star. If we need to win, let's go for 3-star so that the other team, we can stop them at 2-star, because if we stop them at 2-star, obviously we win. So this is what both the teams will be thinking of. But right now, I would say I've never seen this close of a game ever. Because this goes down to the final attack. Because previously in some of the games or something, we used to know, like after 4th attack, we know like who's winning, what's happening. But in the final attack right now, it still matters. You might as well go for a 1-star 60% attack, or maybe a 2-star 80% attack, and you still won't be comfortable with your percentage in damage. Look at 68.4, 68.2. It's so close. It's so close right now.
Absolutely. These two teams are nail biting their way into the finish line. 5 Super Witches coming out here from Vanla, the defending base. Okay, San Goku's. Now, Super Witches work really well in this kind of base because it's so compact that they can just roam around freely. His only concerns are going to be that Inferno Tower in the central core part of this map. His other concern is going to be that Eagle Artery Chamber. If he's able to manage those 2 chambers with ease, Vanla can take this to 3 stars. I mean, he's going to start his attack here. Very sound, patient attack. He's going to start with the Grand Ward in the front lines, the healers right behind the Grand Ward, and of course onto the sidelines. You see the Barbarian King just tanking and soaking in all this damage. Meanwhile, the Archer Queen has walked in there with the Super Witches. All the damage getting dealt out of the Barbarian King. So that's a good set working out here for Vanla. He's going to be entering that 3rd compartment. And like you mentioned, Ocean, if you have the Barbarian King and the P.E.K.K.A. together on the outskirts, it does feel like a good setup. Meanwhile, onto the backlines, of course, with the Super Witches entering the 2nd compartment, it is going to be completely frozen. The 1-star already in their favor. Meanwhile, 30% damage done. The Eagle Artery is charged up really hard. He still has about 2 of the wizards remaining and a few spells. But apart from that, I don't really see this moving faster than this. He has only 1 raid spell remaining.
Well, yes, so only 1 rage spell, and that will be deployed as well right now. But that rage spell might as well just help them to take down everything that they can. I mean, they still have the ability of Royal Champion, I would say, and Royal Champion was just deployed. It might be a good helping hand right now that's coming in for the Hogs that are just, coming out from the other sides. But, well, Eagle Artery still surviving on the final breaths, will be taken down. 57% 2-star. This is important for Mizo 2014. If they need to win this game, this should be their attack with any way, shape and form. But look at this. Grand Warden is moving left to right and center with Super Witches. I mean, those are the crucial factors that you need to take care of. All the Super Witches should be sticking together. 2 Super Witches are in different direction, 2 are together. That might as well break the game for you.
Absolutely. And that 1 Inferno Tower, like I mentioned, if he doesn't take it down, it's going to cause a lot of devastation on the map. There are only 2 witches remaining. And that tower not being frozen, nothing's happening to it. They're going to be the next ones to fall. Vanla are doing pretty good, I must say. There are a few big boys also still available on the outskirts. And they're doing quite a bit of remaining chip damage that's required. But still, no one going into that Inferno Tower chamber. But Vanla, he's made it to that 90% mark. I think he'll be able to push this very, very close to a 90, which is not at all bad if you're looking at just attack damage. Right now, as you can see on your screens, it is pretty evened out. There's a 0.2% difference between both these teams. So if the next attack does not close at the 90% mark, Mizoram 2014 are going to move forward in qualifier number 3.
94% is what they are hoping for right now, but it goes down to 93 is where it is. I mean, in order to win for Parabiang, they need 97% or a 3-star. It's so close right now. 97% or a 3-star, and that's Para's game, if they can get to that one. It's so close for this one. I mean, you need a perfect attack. You need a perfect high percentage. Otherwise, it all goes down.
Absolutely, and we never expected this from Super Witches. I mean, One Love, when I saw him start this attack, I thought it would close at an 80-85%, but I think that's the reason he plays last, because he did put quite a high marking now onto that bar, and that's going to really pressure Para quite a bit. No matter what kind of attack you go, you cannot really reach the 91% mark very confidently. I wouldn't say that they would go for an air attack next, because it's a very big gamble. A hybrid Hogminer combination is something that I could see convert to a 91%, but that completely depends on the base layout. And I hope this final player, whoever he is ready for this. It's a lot riding on just him. It's going to be Rural Ninja here, and he's going to go not for the super witches, but the witches themselves. He's got 14 witches in his arsenal. He has 3 golems. We saw this attack just take place, and it did go well. I saw a lot of splash damage that could be dealt onto them. I hope he doesn't spam the units, gives it time. Patience is key here. Let's see what Rural has in mind.
It's important right now. It's pretty important. Either just go for a 3-star, but he needs to think. And thinking will be taking time. He just has 2 minutes and 44 seconds, 43, 42. It's still counting down with everything. Is going for the spells. Earthquake spells are actually destroying a few units, but still it's 7% of the total damage is what is done right now. Has Wall Wrecker as well. Might as well just throw it from one direction, but look at this. One golem has been deployed right now. Second onto the other line. So it's like golem party on different directions, which is onto the backside as well. And golem and king not going to be doing every inch of damage if they can. Eagle Artery, the mouth has opened itself. Wall Wrecker from one direction is going to be taking down the Wizard Tower compartment. Slowly and steadily, it's going to be moving forward right now. It's trying every inch, and there's no stopping Wall Wrecker, but the health is being taken down right now. Witches are moving forward as well. We'll have to see what happens as soon as everything touches Town Hall.
Oh, and this is nice for Rural. He's been able to take down the Eagle Artery super early on. The Archer Queen right behind that, just to deal with that Lava Hound. Rural doing everything right here, all coming down to his patience. The Archer Queen, of course, the poison has been deployed onto all those defensive CCs, and they're going to be the next one to fall, one after the other. He's moving in the right direction. Rural going to be taking down the Town Hall next. Beautiful Ice Golem freeze coming out there, right on the nick of time, giving him that required reset that he requires. On the other side, of course, you do see the Royal Champion. It's tipping down onto that final tower, a very important tower. Now the only thing remaining are 2 scatter shots and, of course, 1 Inferno Tower. And you can see in the central compartments, the momentum is still going on strong. The Royal Champion, he's there. His ability has already been used, but that's okay. He's going to be able to take down this Wizard Tower, leaving the Grand Warden and a little more troops in the central compartments. Now he's already moved to 78% damage. Time is also brilliant. He has 50 seconds remaining to convert the last 20%, and I do feel Rural can do it. All he's got to do is secure another 10%. The Barbarian King on the outskirts is trying to take down the required chip damage, but now the Grand Warden, he's kind of stuck there, and he's going to be able to take down one more Wizard Tower from far, but is it going to be enough? Can he really convert 7% with just 1 Archer Queen and 1 Grand Warden?
This is important for him. This is important for me. 87% is where he is at. 87% is where he's standing. But right now, all the defensive troops are doing immense pressure. Will be taking down that Grand Warden. It's just the archers, 3 archers trying to do everything. But 88% is not where they wanted to stop themselves. Maze Room 2014 for sure will be looking happy in their faces, in their gameplays. But Para, that was an incredible fight given. 12 seconds, 11 seconds on the clock. For sure, they might as well just go for an 88% if the time persists, if the time gives them the information for this one. But for now, it was so close of a game. It was so incredible of a game.
Absolutely. When we're going to look at the attack damage, of course, it's going to be so close between these 2 teams, and nailed it all the way to the very end. And the way I saw the last attack, I did feel that he would get to 100%. So patient with his drops. I think just somewhere time was not on his side today. A few troops made a different mistake. But like I said, in Clash of Clans, it's so random. Once you deploy your troops, you don't really know what's going to happen. All you can do is maybe control the pre-segment of how you really handle things. But once you execute, then it all comes down to their momentum on the map. And I think he did really well. He could have pushed this to a 95, but at the end of the day, it's going to be Mizo mostly, if I'm not wrong, like you mentioned, who are going to move forward. We'll wait for the final scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, just to know that we got everything right. But of course, for now, let's head back to the desk, because that's where they're going to tell you and announce the results.
Oh man, that is what finals are supposed to be like. It was so close up until the last attack, just like 0.2% separating the 2 teams, and in the last one is where it was all decided.
Oh my
Final blow.
goodness. Perfect finals, I must
Yeah.
say. I think this was the closest finals that we've seen across all the qualifiers that we have. Well, things started off really well for both these teams, getting those 3 stars. But then later on, they got those 2 stars, and thankfully there were no 1 stars on the display.
yeah.
And it all came down to the wire. However, I really felt during the last phases, few earthquake, spells could have been used better. If that could have really been a game changer, but well, things are as they are, and there you go, the scoreline.
4%
Yeah.
difference in damage. 1.4.
Yeah,
Let that sink in for me.
absolutely. Had they just had one more can of Red Bull, maybe,
Oh yeah.
could have gotten that wing.
But I guess in this finals, both these teams showcase the immense talent that they have, and it was pretty incredible to see how they started off. As you explained, I mean, both of them, Para Bimyang and Mizoram 2014, both of them starting off really, really nicely. 3 stars coming in from both the teams, and then it was a continuous volley of 2-star attacks
Right.
from both the sides. But it was that one final attack from Mizoram 2014 that hit 97, but on the other side, we just were able to hit, 87.
Yeah, of course.
94 and 87.
Yeah,
sorry.
right. And even if you talk about the strats deployed by all these teams, we're not seeing a lot of hybrids that we used to
Yeah.
get to. Now we're seeing a lot of super witches strats coming in, a lot of yetis out there. So yeah, a different approach, of course. And well, teams are still in that learning phase, I must say. And this is still not the end of the journey for
Oh, yeah.
Parabimang. They still have got that 4th qualifier going. And like we said, 3rd time could not really be the charm for Parabimang. But maybe the 4th might just be the one where they really get in. But on the other hand, we do have the players of Mizoram 2014, really amazing performance, and getting winning the finals and making it to the playoffs.
Exactly. Off to the grand finals they
Yeah.
are already. And it is going to be interesting over there as well, because, well, 2 opponents have already made it over there. These guys are going to be joining them. And as Fix has pointed out, just one more qualifier left to go to see the last contender who's going to be making it to the playoffs of Clash of Clans, ladies and gentlemen. Massive prize money up for grabs for these lads, and it's going to be super intense as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was also intense. I have to ask you a question. Do you reckon, like, if we have enough Red Bull, we could take on these guys? Could we make
I
a
mean,
clan?
see, we'll definitely get the wings though, but
Yeah.
well, for the brains, we really have to grind
Hey.
on the realms of Clash of Clans.
If
of
we
course.
get the wings, that's gonna help us like take off and shoot up the Airtel India Esports store as well.
Yes, right. And yes, with the way they've been playing, and a lot of players, I must say, will be making their names inside the Airtel India Esports Store, and this is going to be throughout the year,
Yeah.
not just a 1-month affair. And after that, the top players will be commemorated with that coveted Airtel India Esports Store award. And well, talking about Red Bull giving us wings, Johnny, I
Yeah.
think the game that is coming though, if we have enough Red Bulls in that, I'm pretty sure we can win a game or 2 maybe.
Exactly. I mean, we're gonna try our level best, because coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be FreeFire that's going to be happening. But before that, we're gonna take a very short break, so you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be back after this.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14 to 26 October. Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. Two new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire. 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. A golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. The serene land of diversity and charm is set to witness the celebration of esports. 8 states, 1 voice. The Northeast Esports Summit is calling. 2 big titles, Clash of Clans, FreeFire. Compete in 4 online qualifiers to reach the grand finals. Prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. Registrations open from 14th October onwards.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Northeast Esports Summit, brought to you by the Airtel India Esports Store, Nodwin Gaming, and of course, Red Bull. My name is Super Johnny, being joined by Fixes on the desk, and now it is time for FreeFire.
Of course. And talking about Free Fire, we know we will be landing into Bermuda right now.
Yeah.
But before that, if we take a look at journey line that has been in the Qualifier 1 and Qualifier 2, a lot of promising plays by a few teams. I remember, we had Scotland of the East really playing out of their minds in the first qualifier. A lot of good teams also coming out in qualifier number 2. Now that we are in qualifier number 3, we have seen a lot of familiar names really making a comeback. And if you remember last time, it was just that one point that they really missed out upon.
Exactly, and those differences are always going to be there, but there's also going to be a difference in the money that the teams receive once they make it to the playoffs and play over there. So we're going to have a look at the prize pool right now. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Free Fire has been allotted 2.2 lakh rupees for themselves. First position getting 75,000, second position getting 35, third place will get 25,000 rupees, fourth and fifth positions will be getting 15,000, sixth to ninth position 10,000, and 10th to 12th position will be getting just 5,000 rupees for themselves. But this prize money is only going to be distributed once you make it to the finals.
Right.
And before we actually get started with the matches and with the action, we're going to have a look at the format video once again, and well, here it is.
The Northeast Esports Summit by Nodwin Gaming is a dedicated esports championship for Northeast with a prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. The tournament has Clash of Clans and Free Fire in its lineup of games. The tournament format is fairly simple. There will be 4 qualifiers for both games, and the team securing the top spot in the qualifiers final will earn a slot in the grand finals. Now let's take a look at the format for each game. In Clash of Clans, first the registered teams will compete in qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 128 slots. This will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. All matches will be played in a single elimination best-of-1 format. The winner of each qualifier will advance to the playoffs. The 4 teams will play best-of-1 semi-finals, and the preceding 2 teams will play best-of-3 grand finals to clinch the championship title. Now moving on to Free Fire. The registered teams will compete in the qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 400 slots. The qualifiers will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. Each qualifier will have 3 rounds. After round 3, a total of 12 teams will reach the qualifier finals in each of the 4 qualifiers. The qualifiers final will be played in a best-of-5 format, out of which top 3 teams from each qualifier will earn a slot in the grand finals. The grand finals will have 12 teams competing in best-of-12 format to earn the title of Free Fire champions at Northeast Esports Summit. Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. For detailed information on dates and prize pool, visit anysummit.nodwingaming.com. The grand finals are set to take place on 5th and 6th December, and all games will go live on Airtel Xtreme and YouTube and Facebook handles of Nodwin Gaming.
Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, nesummit.nodwingaming.com. That's where you can register yourselves and your squads if you want to play Clash of Clans or Free Fire and compete in the one qualifier that we have left. That's going to be qualifier number 4. We're going to have a look at a few more things now, starting off with the squad roster, the teams that we have playing in qualifier 3. So, One Man Army is one of those names that I see returning once again. And apart from that, we have a lot of new teams.
Yeah, in fact, this time I'm really rather surprised. We do not have teams really coming back. Those teams that could couldn't really make it in qualifier number 2. But one on the other side, the good thing is that new teams have really come up in qualifier number 3, and I'm kind of excited as to how many more teams are we going to see in qualifier number 4. But yes. Well, last time was unfortunate for a few of these teams, but this time around, let's see what really happens. Who takes that booyah?
Let's also have a look at the schedule for the day and see the maps, how they're going to be played. It's always going to remain the same in the qualifiers. We start off with Bermuda, the match number 1, followed by Purgatory, and then Bermuda again, Purgatory, and ending things off in a circle. Bermuda is going to be the last match, match number 5. Yes, it is a best of 5 series. So after playing the 5 matches, depending on how many points you have earned, the top teams will get a qualifier for the finals. And talking about points, let's have a look at the point distribution system as well, ladies and gentlemen. The point structure. So first position for placement, you get 20 points. Second position, you get 17. Third position, you get 15, and the points will keep on dropping. 12th position, you get nothing. But the important thing, as we have come to realize, is the fact that for every single kill you get in game, you get 2 points.
Yeah, of course. Unlike the other battle royals that we have, this time around you get 2 points. So that is really crucial. That really means that right from the get-go, you have to be very aggressive, get those kills. Make sure you have got good number of utilities in the final circles, and I am just excited. Is it going to be Bhima Sakti strip
though? Well, let's figure it out. Let's find out what's going to happen. We're going to have our cans of Red Bulls, and we're also going to move to our casters because the action is just about to get started. So over to you guys.
Welcome back, everybody. And of course, this is qualifier number 3. It's Free Fire time. And like our host and analysts are going to go have some Red Bull. I hope Ocean and me also get to do that post this game. But of course, it's going to be Bermuda, ladies and gentlemen, and a map that is so very well known by most of these players. We have seen it in qualifier number 2. Some teams have done really well on Bermuda, not really had the same results in Purgatory, but come back on Bermuda and got back those points. The interesting thing here, Ocean, is the fact that for every kill, you get 2 points. So even if you don't get a booyah, you get about 15 points to yourself, say 4th on the board. You can still go ahead and get about 5-6 kills and go and convert that at the very end. So a lot of different possibilities here for the teams, a lot of new teams also that are going to be joining us. What is your expectation from today?
I would say, see, One Man Army is coming back again, just like Johnny also said that. So I want to see what that team, like how that team has developed since we last saw them. So I want to see the development of this team. And then there's another team, Do or Die. I want to see what that team does, right? Because these names is something that I have my expectations and my hopes on. Plus, the shifting of the maps, like, right, Bermuda, Purgatory, Bermuda, Purgatory, Bermuda. It kind of, creates a different vibe amongst the players because it plays with the mind. It plays mind games with their minds as well. Right now, we had a booyah in Bermuda. Can we do the same in Purgatory? Yes or no? Maybe they just land down and maybe just they get taken down or something. First bloods are just dropping in. So I want to see what happens in these games. But before that, we'll have to for sure just go to the Bermuda for sure.
Absolutely. And I got to ask you, I mean, you're like the professional Battle Royale title analyst. What are the key points you feel players need to keep in mind when they are playing a Battle Royale title?
I would say check your corners. Once you are there, crossing the open areas, maybe because that's the thing. Either you shoot someone or you get shot, right? If you want to shoot someone, you need to see that person. If you get shot, then that person sees you, and that changes quite a lot of things. Gods of us, well, they are just moving in as of now as the game has started. 12 teams, 48 people alive right now, right from the backends of Shipyard to the areas around Mars Electric. Rimnam Village is where we're going to see players dropping in. And I can see a few players just coming in. Shipyard is going to be taken down by a few players as well. On the other side, Kiraton is where FF would like to go alongside with his players, or they are just dropping right behind that area. And then Bhima Sakti Strip is totally open. No one is contesting that area right now. But for the rotations, it will be contested for sure.
Absolutely. If the circle does end on Bhima Sakti ship, we can see a lot of action brewing. But for now, of course, we already see action brewing here from team number 8. They've already dropped down and they're very close to team number 2. So FF, they are quite close to where they want to be. Meanwhile, if we do see the new teams that have come to attention here onto your screens, they're looking to get a few kills for themselves. They're looking to get into that top 5 by the end of the day. Set that pace, set that mark. Because by, I think, match number 3, we kind of know the teams that are a little exceptionally better than the others. Hopefully these teams can stand off enough because a lot of items getting picked up here. They got to make sure that their loot is on point. They also know that their opponents are very close by, so they got to be a little careful as to how they really make these rotations. They could easily be taken down so much early on in the game, and as we know, the position of the 12th team gets 0 points, and that's quite stressful as you move on into this qualifier number 3.
Exactly, and right now, if I'm talking about these teams, West Panther B, the players are moving forward as well. I mean, some of the players are just a bit low on health, but they are, just getting that gap filled up right now, slowly and steadily. Sweet, Mid, and Niall and Frank, they are moving in onto their own areas, moving away from the other teams. But look at that, Toxic takes down one, and he is getting kills for himself and his team as Psycho and Toxic. They'll be having each individual kills, but right now behind them, the players are still trying to see what they can do. And well, Herbert is trying to, get in his jam, get in his mood right now, just doing the dancing modes and everything. But the most important thing is we will see later if tension actually has some tension on its shoulders.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, West Banter, they're opening up their scorecards for themselves, getting a few kills in their name. But now, of course, you do see them traveling in their car, looking very, very comfortable. Yeah, West Banter, I'm sorry, they were not the ones who got the kills. We saw team number 6 get those kills for themselves. Hopefully, they'll be on our screens really, really shortly. But now, from one team to the other, Banter is moving forward into an arena, which is very close to team 11. So that's another place you need to worry about. Meanwhile, look at the way team 12 is positioned. They're so far away from everybody. They can just be doing whatever they like. Meanwhile, Team 1 also a very comfortable position to be at Sentosa. You do see Team 3, they're pretty close over there, but I don't think they're really going to meet each other unless they really collide at the bridge. Meanwhile, on the top side, you do see Team number 5 and Team number 10 close to each other, but I don't think they're going to meet too.
What? This
Okay.
seems like an easy kill. Yeah, this was an easy kill starting out. Yeah. And all right, so this is one thing. I mean, Kronos had a gun as well, and I don't know, just might have went AFK or
I
something.
think his mom called him. I think his mom was just like, come here, and he just had to leave the game.
Probably, but well, game attack.
Uh-oh.
All right, game attack.
Kasi.
This seems good.
Team 11 there, Kasi wants to really go in for the skill. They do know team number 9 is there. One of the players at least. He's been shot down. So this is another quick kill there in their favor. And first kill going in favor of Kasi. Now, it does look like this is quite a fast-paced game because we've already seen 44 players only alive here. KG, meanwhile, on to your streams. Team number 9, Mayban. He is getting his rotations. He's moving into the secondary territory. Needs some more loot in his favor. But I don't really see any of his other teammates around. So he's going to be a little careful as to how he really approaches this.
I mean, Maven is the last man surviving from his team, right? So we'll have to see everything. Might as well go just a lot passive. Something is going to go for the shotguns. Because, yeah, that seems good. That seems decent right now. But obviously, if I was to choose shotguns, I would go for a Spaz for sure, rather than this one. And then is going to be switching to VSS? No, it's going to be switching to shotgun again. So this seems like a good deal for him, I would say. But being alone, that's one thing that seems bad.
He reminds me of that player from qualifier number 2, Born to Die. I
Oh.
mean, that poor guy was left alone so many times. I see a similar fate here for Meban if he move into the qualifiers like this. But for now, of course, you do see a lot of danger zone coming in there for team number 8, and they're just going to be quickly out of there, giving them that safe base. But look at this final. Look at the number of people alive in each team. Better one there right on the top there. They have 2 players. They've got 2 points for themselves. Meanwhile, Westbeyond, they are right below them with that 1 point. But apart from that, it's only Kasi that's been able to get 1 kill for themselves.
Yeah, but they lost one player, right? And KG, they just have one player for themselves. So I want to see what the rotations actually help them. Because just as we saw the zone, I would say Clock Tower seems like a pretty good area if you need to be in the center of the circle. For this one, for next one, probably we'll have to see as 15 seconds on the clock. And the players that are outside the circle will be moving in for sure. And I think KG Meron is going for a pretty passive approach right now. He's going to be going on to the other side of the bridge. But well, Hydra is moving up forward with his teammates. His Kraken and Game Attack will be out there. Game Attack got the best of the player as he has 1 kill, but they still need to find more.
Absolutely. It was very unfortunate for them how they really lost their fifth player. But I mean, a team of three can still do a lot. Let's see how they can convert. Kasi, meanwhile, we're going to call them FF for now. They're just going to be going past that rope into the second part of the map just to make sure that they've got everything that they require. At the same time, it suddenly seems like a really fast paced game and suddenly it slows down. So they need to be really cautious on how they really enter these multiple zones. Meanwhile, team number three now, they are looking to convert something. No kills as of now in their name, and they do look like they are all converting pretty well. They're going to pass out from Santosa and move forward into the other arena. They do know that team number 11 could be somewhere around. They're going to be meeting them, I think, very close by. If their spidey senses are tingling, team 11 could be in a little bit of trouble.
In a lot of trouble, I would say, the way this might just go down. But Game Attack is right behind it. This might turn into a fight, but no. They don't want a part of this fight. Katana in the hands of Gilbert is moving on to the backsides as well, because obviously it will help them on a faster rotation, faster movement. BYN, alright, so players of BYN are also moving in because they know the circle's just coming in. And look at this. So Clock Tower seems like a pretty good area, and that's where the players of RE are just, situated right now, on the north side of Clock Tower. We'll have to see, where it actually goes and what happens. But Hydra, I think they've spotted a few players who are trying to take him down, and they are looking decent, are trying to do the damage, but the knock is still not coming.
Absolutely. He was aiming in the right direction, but didn't really get those shots off. And now, of course, we're going to see team number 10, Gods of Assam, who are going to be playing this one. And they are also looking pretty comfortable. They have all their four players alive. Team number 11, Agiwa main screens. They want to get something running here for themselves, but they also need to realize that they're really far away from the circle and they need to get back into a safe zone. It's also very dangerous when you're running out from so far. You could meet somebody on the way. Team number 3, of course, at the edge over there, looking to see if they can take down team 11, but Santosa not really favoring Game Attack for now.
I mean, as of now, for sure, it's not actually favoring them, but they will have to be friends with the circle. See, if you're not friends with the circle, you are the enemies with the circle. And circle, it's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form unless you are inside the zone, right? If you're outside the zone, your health goes down. And if your health goes down, your game goes down because you go down. But well, talking about everything, we saw the glimpse of the final. Last player standing from the team KG, and he was still just sitting on the look at this one. So from KG, it's going to be Mewan, and he's still just sitting onto the south lines, but that's where the other team's just coming in. So I want to see if he backstabs them or he just stays here, because it's going to be a difficult road for this individual.
I mean, if I was in his position, I would just stay. I don't want to backstab anybody because if I make one slight error, I'm going to be taking a fall and not only take myself down, but also my team's positioning in this particular qualifier. So he needs to be really careful. He's going to let Team 3 just pass over him. Meanwhile, now it's going to get interesting. One-man army are meeting their match there. Team number 12. Onto your screens now, Arrow. He's repositioning. He does see up here on the sidelines. Does he really want to go for this kill? Meanwhile, Answer, he's a little low on HP, so he's going to be careful as to how he really makes this rotation. But one-man army, let's talk a little bit more about this team. We've seen them perform in the previous qualifier. They had decent standings. They need to make their way into the grand finale of the Northeast Summit if they want to go and compete with the best of the best. But now, of course, Team 11, fantastic four, getting a few shots off now on Team 5, and they need to be really worried here. Cyan in the front lines. He's going to get 2 more shots there. And that's going to be risky.
Look at that. There was a bomb out there, and he did not get in the right time. I mean, he almost got in the right time. Otherwise, it would have been a bad thing for him. Right now has the MP5 and might as well just go for the usages. But no, onto the top side is where you have to say, all right, well, Abhay would have taken those shots on his own self. I mean, team number 12, what are you doing? You need to rush. Use Akash. Akash should actually just move forward. Cyan, again, is trying to spot the players. Has spotted a few. Might as well take one down. You need to actually. But no. They are moving alive. All right.
Wow. It seems to be a trade of shots on both the sides, but Ansar, he's going to be giving a few more shots, and Akash is going to be the first one to fall. But meanwhile, fantastic foe, not looking fantastic anymore. They have Hulk alive, and he's the only one who seems to be doing things the right way. But meanwhile, out of the backlines now, he needs to go help his teammates. But Team 5 right around the corner. Arrow looking to get a few shots if he can. But meanwhile, in the front lines now, Abhay coming in, going to be sharing a few shots, trying to take another player down. They are down to 2. A very risky place to be. Going to be shot at yet again by team number 5 and number 12. They need to leave and leave right now.
See, this is one thing I was saying. They had to rush. When you had the time, you had to rush in that one. And well, if you are fantastic for and if you have Hulk in your team, well, you are reading wrong comics, my friends. That's one thing for sure that's happening right now. Tension, all right, they are trying to spot the players as well. Do or die, they need to do, they do not need to die, and they are doing everything in their corners, throwing everything that they have in their arsenal just to take down that fight. Having an AUG is MR Edge, and Justin's going to be using the Car 98 if he can onto the best spots, but it's not going to help them as per se as do or die. They don't want to come out of this one, and onto the other side, the other team, they just have to be safe, and that's one thing they're doing good.
I mean, this is like deja vu here for Do or Die. The fact that I've seen Pablo and his team just sitting on top and just getting those shots, and they're doing it again, and they're going to be able to take down quite a few units, I think, from team number 8. There are 4 players alive till now, but they need to cross team number 7, and that's where the risk is going to come in. Meanwhile, they are in the center of the circle, so I don't really see Do or Die really struggling here. They could just be relaxing over there and waiting for the other teams to come inside. But meanwhile, team number 5, team number 12, and team number 2, they are a little out position, and they need to be careful. For now, onto your screen, tension again. 4 players alive, looking to convert this. They do see team number 7, Do or Die, right, sitting on the top, but can they really go across? It's too risky for them. They could be patient. Ocean, what would you do?
Well, I would be patient, but I just need all my 3 teammates as well to be patient, right? Because you can do anything you want individually, but if your teammates are not okay with that, it might change a lot of things, just like we saw in the previous fight, right? So that's one thing that just happened. We still have 11 teams right now, and Gilbert is trying to spot like where the shots were coming from. Now he sees him. He might as well want to take up the shot now, because he knows that the enemies are right in front of him. But the most important thing is he needs to be inside the zone. If he is not, then obviously he'll be taken down.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, both Puka and Ami, they are doing pretty fine for themselves, but they are struggling. They are a little out of the circle, and they need to get out of here. Meanwhile, nice shots getting dealt there from Gilbert. He could convert this. He's going to quickly put up his hold just to make sure that team number 1 doesn't get close to him. But meanwhile, onto the other side now, there's 1 player remaining. He wants to take this kill. They're going to just surround him and go all the way. And team number 1, almost final player, ready to fall from their side, and that's going to be the death there for them. Meanwhile, team number 3, another kill in their favor. They could get the kill lead over time. And nice shots getting traded yet again. I did see him fight till the bitter end, but he's not going to be able to survive that. Team 1 now losing 1 player. They still have 3 alive, but for how long?
Well, double kill coming in out here by the players of Warfrugan Army. But the most important thing again just comes down as in less than 30 seconds, the next circle will be forming up for sure. We still have 11 teams. Like for some teams, it's like 1 player live or 2 players live, something like that. But well, they needed those kills for themselves. They were just waiting. But there are a few players that are coming out from outskirts of the zone, and they have to get in pretty soon as they can. 11 teams again, 35 players alive right now, and movement will be the key for this team for sure, because in less than 9 seconds, new zone is awaiting.
Absolutely. And Wokan, of course, they are sitting on the kill lead now, so looking very comfortable. All they got to do is get into the circle, find a new position. Meanwhile, onto your screens here again, we have team number 4 looking very confident. No kills as of now to their name, but they have all their 4 players alive. Meanwhile, they're going to be meeting their match there with team number 10, hidden very close by. Shots have already been traded. Yeah, they need to be careful. Meanwhile, team 10, they have surrounded themselves. So team 4, they can either choose to take this fight, or they can choose to reposition and head into the next circle. For now, God in the front lines out, hitting a hard shots onto them. Manjeet going to be getting another quick kill if it works in his favor. No, he's just going to back off for now and reset.
Well. Using a Grotza, Manjeet, he is trying to break those walls for himself, and then he has to move inside the circle as well. Look at that, where the players are. Look at where they have to go. Factory seems like a pretty good area, but which player is going to get a booyah? That's going to be important. Which team is going to get booyah? That's important. That is going to be pretty important right now. On the north side of Factory is where the circle is just moving forward to. BY Kid is taking down players, but he needs to get inside the zone as well. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad thing for him. He's running against the zone. No, he goes down. Gods of awesome. They are acing each and every fight that's just being given to them.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, Kasi still onto your screens. They've got 3 players alive. 1-man army looking very confident to make it to those top 5 teams that remain in this first game of Bermuda. But can they really do it? They have 5 players alive. They have 3 kills to the name. So they've already got the 6 points. Meanwhile, Fantastic Four, I think they have been knocked out from this game. 9 teams surviving. The next circle onto your screens very, very shortly. Now, Team 8, that's another team that is located very centrally. They can mostly just stay here and just wait for the other teams to come in. Team 5, meanwhile, they are rotating in. They could try and take a few kills. But look at that, Do or Die, just relaxing there on their high horse is what I would call this. And Sane, meanwhile, from Team 4, he could be shot at if they just see him. But MRH, he's repositioning. He does get the shots off and could maybe convert this for himself. Yes, he does manage to do it, but now they really need to go and cross by. Where is the backup there for Team number 4? He doesn't have any, and that means he's just going to need to wait and see what happens.
Let's know for sure. It has to see what happens. But, if something wrong happens, you can't change that for in this one. 8 teams surviving, 23 players alive right now. One Manami is doing pretty good. Pretty good if we have to talk about this one. Do or die as well, and better one as well. As we see tension, they are not trying to take any tension. They'll are on the verge of losing one player, but they will go for the rest for sure. Look at this. Reznov might go down. No, puts up a nice wall in the nice nick of time. Will be using the first states as well.
Very well positioned there from team number 8, and a lot of people now in the same area. They need to be careful. There are a lot of hiding spots here also, and it could move on to the very end. I mean, there's going to be a shot there to team number 3. They have 3 players alive. They were on that kill lead scorecard. They've got 7 kills for themselves, which is 14 points already. 1 booyah for them is going to be game-changing. Meanwhile, Reznov now rotating again. Tension, one of the few teams now sitting with 4 players, but no kills in their favor. So they need this booyah no matter what. Meanwhile, on the back lines, of course, if you look at the bottom, you do see Tension yet again. Harpreet, he's getting another shot there. Arrow, a little out of position. He could be killed if he comes out of there, but 6 teams surviving for now, Ocean. It does seem like this is where it's all going to end.
For sure, it kind of seems like, because this circle might be a deciding circle if we talk about this one. 19 players alive, 6 teams is still surviving, just like you said. And Team Tension, I mean, it's one good thing about this team is that they have all the players, but one bad thing is they don't have the kills. Like, they haven't started the momentum yet for themselves, and that might as well just change quite a lot of things. On to the other side is where other teams are taking each and everything for themselves. We can see the kill leaders right on the clown side. That will be FF. But well, look at this. Herbert was using a crossbow. That seems pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty capable weapon if you talk about this one. But now he's going to be moving to Dragonov. Grotza as well, taking down players. They are taking 3 kills right off the bat right now. 5 teams surviving, 14 players alive. This team is starting off at a very good note.
Absolutely. No tension now coming out from this team. They want to kill and they're going to get it. Meanwhile, Hut now, he's going to get another shot. Now, with that suddenly out of nowhere, Tension already has 3 kills in their favor, looking to reposition and continue. Teammate, meanwhile, they're getting shot at really hard. They need to be careful. Reznov is going to be able to take down a few more kills, and Tension moving forward very, very confidently. And then there were 4, and all the 4 looking very confident. Team number the blue team, of course, is there, right? They're getting shot at. Justin sharing a few shots there with team number 7, but is going to be closing in. They have quite a few people over there. Ocean, this is going all over the place.
One man army gets eliminated, just like we were saying. Better one gets eliminated. It's one team surviving. And there it is. Booyah coming in for the players of Team Tension. They started off pretty slow, but they ended pretty amazingly. This was incredible the way this team actually just played. I mean, they had the hold of factory for a reason, right? And they had all the 4 players surviving. I mean, I would give it to Reznov. The guy had crossbows. The guy had Dragonovs. The guy switched to Grotza as well. That guy was incredible.
I mean, we've been looking at this team from the very beginning of the game, and they did seem like, they wanted to get those fights, but I like how patient turned Tension into execution. Right, I think that's how it went for them, and I think they did wonderful. But I'm really excited to see what our host and analysts have to say about this fight, because it did feel like at the very end it became so complicated. Everybody was on everybody, but it just turned out the booyah went in favor of Tension. So let's go back to the desk, of course, and then we will see you in match number 2.
Well, match number 1 was pretty interesting, wasn't it?
Right, Team Tension, living up to their name, really fighting it throughout the pressure. So the circle initially looked like it would be going towards Factory, and it did go perhaps. Well, what team number 8, that is Tension, did really well was they held on to the high ground. They had the cover. They built the walls really right. They took all the fights properly. They had those snipers coming into action, like Ocean even mentioned, switching around with the weapons. But it was the circle that really played a lot of factors in the final moments, because it just shifted outside the factory, and that is where the chaos really started. All the teams had eventually thought it would be inside, but once it went out, that is where the good plays coming out from Tension that we got to see. They really waited it out. They let all the remainder of the players just go out, fight it out amongst themselves. They came in late and they were swinging, and up until the point they had the numbers, and finally, a good booyah.
Exactly, a
start.
good booyah coming in for them. And I mean, we're going to have a look at the standings as well in a little while and see how many points did the team actually get for themselves, because that is where it all matters,
Right.
right? They did get a lot of kills, a decent number of kills for themselves, but was there a team that's going to be able to close the gap just based off the kills? We have seen that happen in the past as well, and
Yes.
that is something that makes it a lot more interesting, because you're not just playing one game, you're playing a best of 5.
Yeah. Of course, you're playing 5 games, and this is just a start. And we've seen it in the past. In fact, if you remember, qualifier number 2, the team that got a booyah in the first match could not really make it
Yes.
through to the playoffs. And we just hope that Team Tension really lives up to the name, builds the tension around in the lobby, and gets through, in fact, through the qualifiers. But yeah, this was Bermuda.
Yeah.
And we have seen certain teams, performing really well in Bermuda, but kind of falling short in Purgatory. So we'll have to see as Purgatory comes up next, which team is going to get the booyah. And a lot of factors. In fact, throughout the map, we got to see a lot of teams making those rotations. I really felt, the walls could have been used in a better way, because while you're going out in the open, and the thing with FreeFire is you get a lot of aim assist, right? So if you tend to be out in the open, and if you spot it, if your opponent has cover, they will instantly take you down. So you need to be very wary of your surroundings. You need to know that if you're getting shot, instantly have to be very quick on those walls, then build the smokes, and maybe take a fight back, because this is one thing that I've seen even on the penultimate fight that we had between Team 8 and Team number 5. So the players of Tension were up, on the stairs, and they had spotted down and in fact pinned down the players of team number 5. They were dishing out a lot of damage, but I really felt, while the moment they were trying to break the walls, Team number 5 could have retaliated in fashion, could have really put them off guard, but they did not do so. So you need to also, another thing, Johnny, utilities were the few things that were really missing. Grenades, I really felt if Team Tension had grenades, they could have gotten a lot more kills, because having that high ground, where your opponents are, you just need to throw those frag grenades, and if they do connect, you are easily going to cruise through with all those
mistakes
kills.
are always going to be made by in a few crucial moments, and those results in you having less number of points than you could have gotten. Talking about points, let's have a look at the standings of this game, ladies and gentlemen, and see how many points did the team actually get for themselves. And well, this is what I was talking about. So look at Tension. They did get the booyah for themselves, and they did also get those kills. So 12 points for kills for them, 32 in total. But then we have Borfukhan Army on the second position.
9 kills.
Just 12 placement point, but 9 kills, 30 points. Just closing the gap.
See, this is where the points table really does wonders, okay? So they did not have the best of the positioning points, but courtesy to those amazing kills that they gotten for themselves. 30 points is what they are sitting on, and right now they are on number 2. It's just that 1 kill difference that they have between Team Tension. Maybe in Purgatory, if they kind of get a booyah, and maybe we can anticipate them to be on top. It's all in Battle Royale, Johnny, right? It's all about being consistent. It's all about having a good equilibrium between your placement points and position points that will ensure that you make it through the next round.
Exactly. Having the perfect balance is always crucial. But then we do have 2 teams sitting at the bottom that have just 1 and 0 points for themselves. Also, I mean, we're going to keep an eye out on one-man army as well, because they are the only returning team from the previous qualifiers that we have had, 1 and 2 put together, in fact.
Absolutely.
And right now, I mean, off to a decent start, because 19 points in the first game. If they can get 19 points in every single match, then it's going to be a good day for them. Otherwise, if they falter up even once, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. But this was just match number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We still have the second match. In fact, 4 more matches to go. Coming up next is going to be the map of Purgatory. But before that, we're going to take a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, everybody. This is, of course, the Northeast Summit qualifier number 3, and it is Garena FreeFire time. And in this game, of course, we've just finished with Bermuda, a very interesting map. We had Tension who won that booyah, and now, of course, it's time for Purgatory, Ocean, one of those very deadly maps. The last time in qualifier 2, the circle ended in the water. Remember?
It did. So it was on one side, it shifted onto the other side, and then there was water around the circle area. So I kind of love that. I kind of enjoyed that. And I wish, see, I must say this, I just want that thing to happen again, if that can, because on the southern side of Central is where the zone just went previously. But, well, Forge is where we could see a few players just going down onto the other side. We could see a few other players going on. Brasilia as well might be in a good contestation. But for now, you can see Lumbermill and Central and Fire Brigade, like southern areas, is where the teams are preferring to go.
Absolutely. We're going to see 3 teams now across the river. So they are going to be meeting themselves again somewhere before they cross that river. But meanwhile, Team 6, Team 7 going to head into Marbleworks and also Quarry. So that's going to be another 2 places. No, not going to be going to Marbleworks, actually. They're going to go to Crossroads. It's a good change there because team number 8 now heading towards Marbleworks. Meanwhile, in the central part of Brasilia, you do see that team number 10 and team number 3 going to be dueling it out with each other. Team number 2 also very close by. Meanwhile, team number 11 are going to be at at the field. So for now, of course, you're going to be seeing team number 10 onto your team Kasi. They did pretty fine then the first game, but coming into match number 2, they are looking to pick up at least the first 4 positions. Kronos here onto your screen, just picking up that required loot. Very close to them, of course, team number 3. So we could see a quick fight coming up between these two players. For now, of course, better one here. Team number 3, Toxic onto your screens. He's also doing pretty fine. Picked up whatever he requires. Could be moving forward. They could be talking about meeting team number 2 also, because they're also gotten split up. And you see 2 players of theirs very close by to team number 10 and 3.
It might as well be a bad thing for the players right now. For a few players, I would say, but onto the Brasilia is where I can see like 3 teams going neck to neck, head to head with each other. Might change a few things for a few players, a few teams if they just need to. But well, you can't change strategies in the last moment. If you have landed here, you'll have to take up a fight. So that's what I would say a better one will be looking to go for. Again, we have 11 teams in this one, 44 players alive just right now, and they will be strategizing their own strategies with everything. But if they go out in the open, for sure, there is someone who might as well just take a first blood.
Absolutely. No first bloods as of now. Now, team number 2, Pablo, I think that's team do or die there. They had a decent scorecard previous to this. They also found the right positioning on the map. They just couldn't have the perfect execution. So I hope they can repeat that now in this qualifier. They've also been part of the previous qualifiers. So they come in with the experience of being players who've been on this field before. But all the teams are different now against them. So the complete gameplay, the complete game style also changes. So I hope they can really compete with that and come up on the top. But for now, of course, team number 3 here now closing out onto team number 2, do or die, making the rotations onto them. They could try and take this fight if they want to. Those few kills at the very beginning could set up the pace for them. Also, you do remember, ladies and gentlemen, each kill gives you 2 points. Getting the booyah gives you 20. So anywhere close to that is what they're looking to get for themselves today.
Exactly. Each and every team for sure is going to be looking for good kills, good kill numbers for them for sure, because that's one thing that they will be needing. We talk about this one. But well, moving out in the open, something that's a challenging thing for all these players, as we are just seeing right now, right? So if they can go out in the good ways, that's good. If they have good guns, that's good. If they can make out good walls for them, that's good. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad affair, right? Not just using katana. I mean, that's not going to work in the fights, right?
Yeah, unless you get a positioning like the last game, you just have one player just sitting AFK and you can just quickly just go and slice him. That was so unlucky though for Casa, and I hope they don't have the repeat of that in this particular game. But it does seem like it's a very slow start here compared to the previous match we saw, where the first blood went down super early in the first about 20-30 seconds of the game. This time around, the players are being really cautious on their placements. They don't really want to take those kills without being completely safe on how they really do their rotations. Meanwhile, Hut now from team number 2, he is moving pretty close by to team number 3. They do have the spidey senses tingling. If you take a far out view here, you do see that 6, 10, 3, and 2 all in a line. You see 11 after that really close by. So all these teams now, they are looking to fight. Meanwhile, a danger zone now gets called out there onto team number 10 and team number 3. So that's where we could see a little action brewing soon.
I mean, this danger zone is going to be something that's pretty bad for team number 3 and team number 10, right? Because if they get out, obviously they will be going down either by the guns or by the danger movements. And I think Hydra might just go down, but he is safe. Obviously, they can't go out. So, everything just comes down to their instincts, like what needs to be done when everything goes south for them. We'll have to see what happens if this danger zone engulfs 1 or 2 or none, maybe. But right now, Psycho's trying to go for some quick scopes, some quick shots. Just he's trying to land something or some information if he can. But, so far, no luck. And we still have all the players surviving.
Absolutely. And I think they wanted to stay like that. Better one. I mean, I have to say they are very fresh into the Northeast Summit. They still got to make their mark here. Also, they need to learn a lot before they enter into the grand finals that's going to be happening in December. So they got to make sure that they know their opponents and read them right. For now, of course, you do see them still sticking around. Team number 10, they're going to reposition. They know that they can get these skills if required. They're going to roam around very close to them. Rotations coming in from Psycho. Meanwhile, onto the sidelines now. Everybody repositioning in the house. Few shots getting shared there. Gamer tag wants to get a kill here, but it could be too risky if he's not positioned correctly. So he's going to hide back, just wait for his team to reposition. Or the top side, of course, you see Kraken there, waiting to get a shot if possible. Hydra outside the building now. He wants to rotate in, but team 3, they've got their eyes glued.
mean, for now, for sure. But they're trying to get inside the same house. Seems good, seems decent. But can they just get out of that? That's for sure is going to be a challenge. But let's see how the fights just come. Of course, Kraken's onto the mid side. You see that Kraken's onto the mid side of this house, and on the downside is where Psycho is. Psycho can fight Hydra first because they are right next to each other, and Hydra knows this. Hydra knows this information. That's why he's moving on to the other side because he does not want this fight to start in this way. But Psycho versus Hydra might just happen. Psycho gets out. Hydra gets in. It's Tom and Jerry sees that this is happening right now. Psycho is going to be chasing Hydra, but the first shot is coming in from the back end side, and still we have no casualty as per se.
Nice bomb getting deployed there. Of course, they are really pushing Team 10 into the corner. And finally, the fight's going to break out. Kraken repositioning. Finally, the last player from Team 3 joining the fun. Yeah, Hydra is positioning, not really killing anybody. But Kraken, he's already taken a few shots for himself. Meanwhile, Dawnbox, he's going to be the first one to climb up. No, it's going to be Team 3 leaving the arena now. They are a little worried because they could be completely annihilated, all three of them. So the two players now remaining from Team 3 completely going to back off. And Hydra, meanwhile, he's not really going to get a shot onto them, and they're just going to get out. Good. I would say it's good one way because you don't really want to risk losing all your players so early on into the fight, especially when you know that the whole squad is over there.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, like you don't want the fight to go bad for you or something. You don't want it to go haywire. And see, if you lose one player, you might as well be losing morale slowly and steadily, and that just creates a lot of difference for the players. And right now, as you can see, players are trying to move forward. Better one. They need to be a better one. This one are going to be taking Brasilia, the area of Brasilia for them. Toxic has an MP50 and obviously a shotgun for his own self. Will be switching to different guns. Probably might as well go for a different one. And I think yes, he's going for a VSS for his own self. Dawnbox has a pan in his hands, but obviously it's going to be a gunfight when it happens. But this, surprisingly, is a pretty slow game.
I was just going to say the very same thing. And we still have 11 teams alive. We have 44 players. Nobody's really taken that first blood. Everybody's playing a little too safe. But when we look at Purgatory as a map, it's not really a map where you can play really safe because if things go wrong with the circle, you're going to be falling like flies in the last few seconds. And that's a risk that all these teams are taking for now. Hydra, meanwhile, he needs to be careful. He seems like one of those really aggressive offensive players, could mostly have a pace to set up. But at the same time, if he does lose his life too early on, Team 10 could be in a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, it is Kasi. I mean, we saw them perform just now, and I did see that their team momentum is pretty strong. They just need to be together. I think if they can again reposition into a good area, they can find an opening. Meanwhile, the circle will tell us a lot more as to how things are going to proceed. But for now, Team 1 is starting to get circulated on.
I mean, they are starting to get it, but will they end everything for themselves? That's going to be one of the questions right now. Team 1, I would say they are kind of in the central lines because we can see Team 10 out there, Team 7 on the backside as well. Team 3 is just, they are just sitting here. They don't want to worry about the fights that much as per se, but yeah, they will be worrying for sure in the later times. So we have 11 teams surviving, and the first circle's coming up. I believe when the fights will happen, it's going to be a catastrophic situation because we'll go from 11 to 1 in no time. Probably that might just happen. So it's a slow paced game right now, but when it'll be like third or fourth circle probably, then we'll be left with like 5 teams or something.
Absolutely. We're going to go butter damn very soon once all these teams start hitting each other. But for now, Kit there on the sidelines. He is looking good, but now Kronos right on top of him. Kraken on the sideline. Chester needs to be careful. He does know that Kronos is there and he's going to be making his momentum. Kraken, meanwhile, he's rotating yet again. Chester has seen him. Does he want to take a shot? No, he's going to wait for a little while. He's just going to let Kraken pass. They don't want them to know that they are hiding in that building, which is a nice way to look at that because West Bantha, they are sitting second on the board as of now when it comes to their kill points, and most of their points were actually based on the number of kills they got. So it's really important for them to continue keeping this really balanced performance in the Northeast Summit, not only just to get that booyah, but also to make sure that their position does not really change in the long run. Meanwhile, Team 10 now, they know that they don't really want to take this fight. They're just going to get out of there. Team 1, seeing them go, they're also going to head out. 11 teams still now, 44 alive. Everybody is alive. Nobody's lost anybody. And over time now, you do see the circle. Now it's about 30% in the water, so that's a risk. But meanwhile, if you look at Team 10, 1, 5, 3, 8, and 4, they're really far out and they need to get into that circle super house. But also, I got to ask you, Ocean, just looking at a 30% of the circle, if this does go to a 70% in water, it's going to be really, really close.
It is going to be a really, really close thing right now. So I don't know. I just believe the way it is, Team 1 seems good. But Team 4, look at the Team 4's rotation. Like, they're coming from the right-hand side. So Team 11, sorry. So Team 11 seems good. But Team No 4, they're coming from right-hand side. And that might just change quite a lot of things. One man army. This might be a bad one for them because they are losing their players. And the previous game was a decent one. Obviously, they did not win that one. But I think right now, One Man Army need to change everything about this game. They need to be inside the circle.
Absolutely. Hydra, meanwhile, he was the first one to get that kill for them. So he's going to be looking good as we proceed. Meanwhile, one-man army, they're one player down, and that's going to be very important player. Arrow has taken a fall, yeah. Meanwhile, on your screen, so you of course see God here from team number 5, Nayan. Let's talk a little bit about this player. We did see him play there in qualifier number 2, and he was fantastic. I think Nayan had a great performance, looking to convert this time around. Also, game attack. Meanwhile, he's getting shot at, and he needs to be careful. Another shot onto him, and that's going to be another quick kill there. Meanwhile, they have got that kill scorecard. 2 people are dead as of now, but 11 teams are still alive, so you can't really give up. Meanwhile, he's also getting a few shots there from the circle. He needs to go to a safe point. Onto their side, Kronos is there with his teammate Kraken. They also need to find a good hiding spot. Meanwhile, he's going to get shot at here. You do see team number 8 sharing a few shots, and is going to be Gracious there getting shot at. But Kit, meanwhile, he's going to find a holding space.
Well, that's true. That's true. We'll have to see how it just gets up with everything and how things happen right now. The fights are happening, and that's obviously a good thing on the part. But we might as well just change quite a lot of things as the players are spotting each other. And I think Army, these players are looking decent. Obviously, they were trying to take down a few players if they can. But CFF, they are looking good. They have had 1 kill in their name, Hydra. All thanks to that individual lad. We're going to be moving on to the 3rd circle slowly and steadily. And the 3rd circle and 4th circle might as well change the game.
Kasi this time are looking much more confident than they did in game number 1, and I do see them reaching to the top 4 if they just continue with the same kind of coordination. Meanwhile, team number 3 now, they are also doing pretty fine. Kronos getting shot on there pretty bad by Don Book, and he could be the next one to fall, but they are got that kill lead, so they have to be a little careful. Meanwhile, onto your screens now, you do see Dunya. They did come second, like I mentioned, no kills as of now in their favor. Going to be getting a few shots there onto team number 1, but Sane, meanwhile, he is going to be replying there with a few extra ones. Kit in a little bit of trouble, could be the next one to fall, but is that going to be enough? Meanwhile, onto the other side, team number 6, they're also getting shot at, and they're not going to be losing anybody for now. So BYN, they are trying whatever they can, but they're not succeeding.
As of now, not succeeding for sure, but things might just change. I would say West Panther, things should change for these people, for these lads, if anything. And they are just moving in again, moving in from one direction to the other. Sane is just out here. But the most important thing that just comes down is getting inside the circle. No doubt they are pretty close to the circle, pretty close to the lines of the circle, but still they will have to see with everything. As you can see, Dun has 0 kills. He has the capability, he has the potential, but PYN might be in a bad situation. West Panther might just go down pretty low on health. Gracious is the last man surviving. Can Gracious go for the revamp? No, he cannot. Gracious goes down as well. And PYN will be in the bad spots, and that becomes the first team to get eliminated.
Wow, and look at that. It's going to be going to West here. They are on the kill lead now. And meanwhile, RG, they're looking to convert one man army. Still got a few players alive. Meanwhile, a new kill leader has been born here. Better one taking control of this map. But look at the circle now. It's just become so much more tinier. And there's just so many more players alive, which is really risky. Because when you start fighting, you're going to lose a lot. You're going to struggle just like BYN. And hopefully that's not going to help. Meanwhile, Don Book there is going to be getting another kill in his favor onto the back lines. Of course, now it's Babu. From Gods of Assam, doing pretty fine. Got a nice cover onto him, but Don Book still in that kill lead. God rotating around them. Nayan, another player I just spoke about, looking to get this few kills for his team. But now, of course, the circle has reset, and it's going to be Team 2, Team 11, and Team 4 that we got to keep our eyes out for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And in this one, Game Attack, I mean, he's inside his own comfort zone, I would say. But Team 11, Immortal, might just find out if he's immortal or not as he is being shot at right now. But this team, I would say, might as well take a good win again.
They could. I mean, when we look at Immortal versus Gods, MRH, he's getting those right shots of Team 4. Finally going to be going down there. And other player, very risky affair. Team 8, sorry, 8 teams alive now. And look at the way MRH is positioned. He's getting shots onto everybody passing through the circle. And that's going to be do or die, getting the second kill in the bag. He's also got a little bush around him, so no one can really notice what this little boy is up to. I mean, out of the back lines, of course, another kill in his favor. MVP momentum coming out here from MRH. He's already got the 6 points in the back for his team. Going to be getting out of here. Team 4, Team 2 in a little bit of trouble. They need to find cover yet again. He's going to find it. But now, of course, the circle is closing and they need to be careful.
So, if we're talking about the fights and everything, 6 teams are surviving, 18 players are alive, 17 make it, 17 and 16 and 15 and 14. That's how the players are going down. Tension again, adding themselves into the kill leader's name. So I would say they might just take this fight as well, because this team is looking pretty good. But Godmanji just spotted a lot of players for his own self. Might have to take one down. Can he? Gods of Assam, last player surviving, is doing everything in his own favor to take the players down slowly and steadily. 4 teams alive, 10 players remaining. Double kill coming in from this one individual lad, and getting inside the circle might be a bit of a problem. But I would say Reznov again moving forward. Reznov, whenever this guy moves forward, he takes a win for the team.
Absolutely, and now he's going into team number 8. Nice bombs getting deployed there. He can reposition. Meanwhile, he does see one player taking the hits, and he wants to go in. Reznov in the front lines. Get another kill. Tension looking to convert this again to another booyah. Getting shot out there by BYN. But BYN, he's not going to be able to pull this for a very long time and could be taken down next with Manish. Meanwhile, he is hiding behind his cover. There are only 2 teams remaining who can really convert things here. Meanwhile, Reznov, again repositioning. Tension has 11 kills in their name. Top 3 teams. They're already going to be getting 50 points here if they are succeeding to get the booyah. Meanwhile, Gods of Assam getting shot at. Manjit, the only player surviving, going to be the next one to fall. And just like before, Tension, oh my god, they're really killing it in qualifier number 3.
Wow. Be it Bermuda, be it Purgatory, these people know what to do and how to do it. Incredible the way they are winning games. I mean, we get it. Booyah gets a good point. Skill gets a good points. These people have good points. For sure, that was amazing. And that was incredible.
True that. And, you know, the interesting thing is that in this particular game, they've not only got those 20 points, they've also got 11 kills over that. And that itself makes another 20 points. So they've got about 40, 45 points just playing this one match for themselves.
Exactly, and that kind of, changes quite a lot of things for sure. So I just want to see what Disc actually has to say in this one. So you know what? Let's just get out there and let the good people talk.
Well, thank you so much, Ocean, for calling us good people. In the meanwhile, we've been just sitting, sipping on those Red Bulls and watching the match. And, well, Tension, this time they managed to get a lot of kills for themselves.
Yeah, of course. The first booyah coming in and the second to follow. Maybe we can expect a third. But talking about this particular game, so in Purgatory, this was a quite weird circle going all the way towards the northeast. A lot of teams did land up on the southern side. They had to make that rotation all the way up top. But this time, things were really different for Tension. This time, they were not holding the center. They really came in from the edges. They took every single fight. And as a result of which, like Akash has mentioned, 11 kills to the belt, which means 22 points to add that up. And it's 44. From just one game. I think we just do have one of our teams that we know for sure is getting through to the next round.
Well, that is an incredible performance, but still, I'm not going to put them up ahead in the finals already. I mean, this was just match number 2. We still have 3 more games to go, my man.
Yeah, of course.
And it's a long day. It's a long day, and we're just getting started. Almost half of our journey is going to be completed after the next match is finished off, but that's the key word, after the match is finished off. As of now, only 2 matches have been played. And yes, this one team, Tension, they're off to a really, really good start for themselves. But they will have to be careful.
Yeah, of course. And if you talk about other teams, Gods of Assam, they were really playing well. They did, try their best in the final circles. There was just that one player surviving, and he did what he could do. But the best part about Tension is, having won the first game over there, they got a lot of cojones, the way they aggressed in the final circles, taking the fight. In fact, if you remember, the entire team just charging in a flashy manner, throwing all those grenades from the high ground, then just taking that that plunge of faith, you must say, because you never know what lies ahead of you. There was a huge rock, there was a whole team over there, and on their left as well. But that did not really deter them from their task in hand. They just went in, wiped out that squad, took everyone else down, got themselves the booyah, and now they are sitting way up top. I'm really stoked to see when the leaderboards do come up, what is going to happen.
Exactly. Even I'm excited for the leaderboard. I mean, we've been flying around just drinking our Red Bulls, and it's getting a pretty it was getting a little cold up in the sky, so I'm wearing a jacket now. But I mean, for the teams as well, I mean, if you have that level of confidence, and if you are going to try and commit to that level of play wherein you're just charging towards team, just wiping them out one after the other, just taking on fights where no matter where they come from, you need to be on point every single time. You can't make a single mistake. One mistake is going to result in one of your teammates being taken out, and that's going to result in you not having enough firepower or enough support for the fights in the later stages when you're going to have to close out with that booyah. But Tension, they are really, really precise with how they execute things and how they execute the team fights. Let's now have a look at the standings for this match and see how the points were distributed. Tension, once again, as we know, 2 booyahs in a row plus 28 points.
So it was 14 kills.
14 kills, 48 points in a single game. And, well, the team on the second position is Gods of Assam with just 27 points. Wow.
Not bad considering the first game, and well, now they're also in contention for the top 3 spots. Now with Tension, having such a massive lead amassed for them, I don't think they're going to have a lot of trouble really qualifying into the next round. All they have to do is get, at least like around 10 points per game, and they're good to go. But a few teams that really need to step up, Fantastic Four, one-man army, we did see them, in the last position, and well, they really need to step up. If not now, it's going to be never. But again, coming back to the discussion, where was Tension in the first and second qualifier? I mean, I would have loved to see them going against the like of the other big teams that did qualify through. And, well, better late than never. So, as the saying goes, and now they've come in. And things are looking good, really good for them.
Things are going to look good for them, well, on the leaderboard as well. We're going to have a look at the leaderboard right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is in front of us, and 80 points in total for Tension. You were talking about balance before we started the day off, right? 40 points for placement, 40 points for kill. Perfectly balanced, like all things should be.
Oh my goodness.
Thanos is going to be happy.
Yes. But 30 points, 31 point in fact, a lead that they have really created for themselves. Now, okay, so there's this one team that has really gone through. But let's focus on third and the fourth position. So we have Better One on 45 points and Do or Die on 39 points. So now even Gods of Assam are in contention with still 3 games remaining. I believe, till top 8, it's still wide open. Any one of them, if they get a few booyahs, a couple of booyahs, I think that might just be the deal breaker over there. And I'm telling you, Johnny, after the 5th game, I'm pretty sure the difference between the 3rd and 4th position again is going to be that mere 1 or 2 point.
Well, what is going to happen, only time will tell. But so far, Tension, they are having an amazing time for themselves. Before we move to match number 3, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, everybody. And of course, it's match number 3 now, and it's going to be on Bermuda. And now, tension are without any tension because they've already got 80 points for themselves, which is unbelievable, in my opinion. They've already secured their position, I think, in the grand finale, but we're looking to see who are the others who are going to join them. Just looking at the way they play, Ocean, what are your thoughts about this team? I mean, why do you think they've been able to do these back to back victories?
I would say they are raising tension for other people. That's one thing that they are doing for sure. And the best part is, for the first three circles, they just try and get inside the circle. After the fourth circle happens, that's where they go for the fights. And we'll have to see if this one also comes down to the same things right now, as Observatory is where Gods of Awesome are trying to go. And I would say it's a pretty good outing for these players as well, for sure. But then they won't be alone, because onto the graveyard and bullseye side is where team number 6 is going to be coming up. Well, talking about Clock Tower, there are going to be players out there as well. Factory. So last game, Circle was around Factory's area. We'll have to see if this one, this time it's the same as well. But I would say somehow, look at Bhima Sector Strip. That seems like a good area again, because that's where FF is. But there are other players. And I would say in the center of the circle, in the center of this map, is where we can see the first fights happening behind team number 9.
Absolutely. Team number 9 is really all over team number 2, and team number 10 is so close by. So there is going to be a big action packed opening here. They also got to remember that the last game that we saw was a very slow paced game, and that led to a lot of quick fights in the last 2 seconds, giving the advantage to very few teams. So if these teams really want to convert really well and take it all the way to the end, taking those early fights could be key, especially in a map like Bermuda, where most of the areas are landlocked. And I don't really see the circle really converging into this river as of now. So let's see what the plan is. For now, of course, you're going to see team number 5 moving towards team number 1. So we could see an action brewing over there. Meanwhile, team number 4 looking very comfortable there onto Riverside, very close to where Mill is. Meanwhile, team 6 and 11, they are also closing in. Now, team 6, tension. They are no longer considered to be just underdogs. They are one of the top teams as of now, and team 11 needs to be careful about that. But if you know one thing about team 11, they are really aggressive players. They can convert this for themselves. Say if they take down tension very early on into the fights, then they do stand a chance to getting that booyah much quicker. But of course, now Better One, another team that we saw do really well in the previous matchup, they are onto your screens. West, of course, another team that were not able to convert as much as I expected them to do in the last matchup, looking to get this booyah for themselves if possible. Meanwhile, team 1 now, Hulk looking to see whether he can find Sweet there in the corners. He's going to ping out his friend and Akasha right behind him. And Hulk, of course, moving forward towards Sweet. He could get a shot. He's going to get it. And Sweet, oh my God, he's going to be the first blood here, getting dropped down by Fantastic Four. And meanwhile, Hulk is going to be happy about this. They have got that first kill. It also means they've got secured the 2 points at the very beginning.
Well, Hulk is for sure not in Fantastic Four, but he is in this one, and he's getting good kills for himself right off the bat. So this time, just like I would say, Bermuda goes for a good start, and Purgatory goes for a slow start. So Bermuda actually started, and it's looking decent for the players. In less than 50 seconds, we'll be seeing where the circles will be forming up for the next time as well. Zip lines are being used by the players of West Panther, as they lost one player, Sweet, and they know staying at that area won't be fruitful for them, so they are moving on to the different directions. As you can see, Farang, he is being shot at as well. He needs to be safe, and that's one thing that he's trying to go for. But Niall and Midon, they have moved on. They have moved away from this one. But Farang, you can see team number 10 is just right out there. They might as well take him down.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, now, of course, you can see from this really far out zone, it's called like a bird's eye point of view, how many teams are really circling around the same areas. And this is really risky. But like I said, the fact, in Bermuda, things do pick up really fast. I'm hoping to see whether they do pick up. At the same time, of course, we are on your screens now seeing West. And Parang, like you mentioned, he needs to be a little careful as to how he wants to attack this zone area. He's going to just hide for now and make sure that his rest of his team can come through. Meanwhile, onto the other side now, you see team number 2, team number 3, and team number 10 almost in the closest buildings to each other, and we could see conversions happen over there. But team 10, they had to be a little careful. They have not lost a player, but they are pretty split out between each other, and you do see a rotation coming out there from team 2. I'm sure Arrow has seen that movement, and Immortal in the front lines is running across the road there. If Arrow hasn't seen this, then he better not be looking the opposite direction. But now, because Immortal going to send out a few shots, answer a little bit of trouble, going to be the first one to fall there. Meanwhile, on to the back lines now, quick kill coming in there for him. Immortal, meanwhile, is going to be taking down another player.
Well, Now let's see how things change as Immortal is doing good for his own self, has 1 kill, and Maven as well has 1 kill for his own self. But you can see KG, they're losing 1 player for them as Rowan has been taken down, has been finished. All right, all right, all right. This might be a bad one. Arrow was almost on the verge of being taken down, but not anymore. And Immortal, he can just chase, but will it be worth it? That's going to be one of the questions.
Oh, he wants to chase. He's realized there are only two players alive. And this was a concern for me because we saw Team 10. They were completely split up on the map and they were roaming around so freely. Team 2, meanwhile, they were on the road, but they knew exactly where they wanted to go for. And that's really called call-outs on point. Arrow, meanwhile, good shots coming out there from Immortal. He wants to get this other kill in the back, taking his full team scorecard to 3 kills at least for now. Oh, he's going to miss a few shots there. He needs to be careful. Meanwhile, Arrow now stuck behind the trees. Going to be the next one to fall. That's 3 kills in their favor. 6 points in the bag. They're going to be moving forward. Meanwhile, Bhupan, they are also getting shots there on Immortal. But meanwhile, Dhoon needs to be careful because now he's given out his location.
Well, talk about the locations, and all locations are being compromised. As you can see, kill leaders are being compromised out here, and team number 3 is trying to take down the players of team number 2, and team number 2 is at a kill leading streak right now. You can see that hot burning flame on their names. They are leading with the kill charts, but Kraken has taken down Justin, so that seems good. Though obviously they are getting their own kills, but the most important thing will be moving inside the circle because the zone is coming from the back end.
Absolutely. And even though we have lost quite a few players, they still have 12 teams alive. And Team 10 now, they're going to be the next one to fall. Hulk is on fire, and it's going to be fantastic for there. Again, getting that slight lead for themselves. Meanwhile, Chow now, you see Gilbert onto your screen with his teammate. They don't know whether they really want to go into this one. They could reposition and fight. They are a team of 4, and that is going to be really helpful for them. Meanwhile, Team 2, they're just 2 players just creating chaos across this map. They don't really seem to care about who's behind them or who's in front of them. They just want the kills and they're getting really, really good at it. Meanwhile, now Team 3, they want to circle around Team 2. They can mostly get these 2 kills. They're going to be really important kills here. Out of the backline now, Immortal, he is going to be trying to get out of there. He's sitting in a car and he's going to whoop past Dune like he was never even there.
Well, let's see how everything happens as Lun is trying to take few players down. 2 more shots would have been good, but now, struggling through the circle is going to be one bad thing as well. All right, KG, it's last member of the team surviving. Last one, final player is trying to take down the other players like Ozafas on to the other side, and he has spotted the player. Sayan was spotted out there. He might as well take one down. Sayan is out there, he's coming, but well, no shot is going to be touching him as of now. But the most important thing is Immortal. If he goes down, they lose this game.
It's a very interesting thing because they did start off on such a good note and then they have lost almost 3 players, but they don't seem to be very affected by that. Meanwhile, Fantastic Four playing in synergy and flow, they're looking to mostly convert this, reach the top 5 teams. Meanwhile, Immortal still getting shot at from team number 3. I don't think he really get out of this fight, so he's mostly going to give it up and let his teammate just go all the way. Meanwhile, Team 5 now very close by. I don't think Parang wants to take this fight and he's going to be the next one to leave this arena. But Team 3 still patient here. They want to take down Immortal, and Immortal very sneakily, he's buying a lot of time for his teammate. Again, he's got that cover onto him, so he's going to survive a little while longer. But onto the back lines now, he's going to lose his cover and run for his life and see if he can just fight his way through this. They've got 3 kills, so like I mentioned, they got at 6 points for themselves. Not many placement points, honestly, just 1 point as placement points. So if Immortal can actually survive a little bit longer and reach that 8th or 7th position, then maybe these 3 points will actually make a big difference.
Probably that's true, right? But for tension, I would say they don't have to worry about anything that much as per se. 11 teams, 39 players alive right now. But as this is going to move to the second circle slowly and steadily, after that the third circle, fourth circle, and all those things. So somehow I would say the games might just be at worst with the aggression. But I don't know why I think, apart from every adversity, tension might take this one as well. Because right now they are not showcasing anything, and this is what their strategy is. In the first circles, they don't play that aggressive, but when it's fourth circle, they play super aggressive. And I would say if that happens in this one, they might as well take this game as well.
Absolutely. I think they are moving in the right direction. They've come into this qualifier with a set plan, and it seems to be working in their favor quite well. Tension, like you mentioned, they've got that one kill, so they already have this extra 2 points over their 80 plus scorecard. I do see them making it to the top 5 with comfort. Their positioning is just too good. I think if they had come into qualifier number 2, I felt there the competition potential have been more intense. But in this particular one, they just have seemed to have found their ground. The only people close to them right now is team number 11, God. And Gods of Assam, of course, they look to convert this for themselves, but it's not only conversions that matter. Surviving longer also plays an important role. For now, they're going to be shots shared over here. You do see Manjit in the top lines. He's on quite a high tier, so you could see the rotations come out here from Team 6 if they do plan to make a rotation. But meanwhile, on the other side, being really patient. I like this. I like how they just know where they want to go compared to Immortal and the team, because they just seem to be all over the place. Their shout calling didn't really seem on point, and that kind of is not going to take them all the way through.
Well, that's true. That's true. We'll have to see how the things just come, how the things just chime in. Gracious is just out here, and West Panther. I mean, they have all the 4 players, but getting inside the house. So this is one good thing I like about this game, right? Free Fire. Getting inside the house, you think it will be easy, but that becomes the most tricky part right now. As you can see, Chester's on one side, and they have to just move on from this side as well. They have shotguns in their hands. Kid has an MP50, and he's trying to spot the players again. Sane also has a shotgun in his hands, but he has to look onto the left-hand side. He spots him. He tries to take him down, but no, he fails as Espaz has much more damage.
Absolutely, and with that, BYN Chester doesn't really know whether he should be staying there any longer. He's going to be leaving the building as soon as he went in. Meanwhile, the rest of the team now, they can't really do much. He's got a few shots off though, yeah. So Chester on the good side of things, but he's going to be shot at yet again. Completely not going to be able to move through this, but he's got to get another quick kill if possible for himself. And the kill leader now moving on to better one. Very well played by them. They not only took down a whole squad, they made it look really easy in that house, and whoever is going to go into that house next, it's going to be really dangerous for them. I mean, in all of the sidelines, you do see Jindu over there from Team God getting a few shots onto him, so they have also spotted out somebody. But for now, Peak being really, really lucky here for better one. Hopefully, they'll be the next ones to get a booyah and get some few more extra points onto the board.
Probably we'll have to see, right, how things just turn up as slowly and steadily everyone's just moving forward. 10 teams remaining, 34 players alive right now, and West Panther, they lost 1 player, but not all hope is lost, right? Not all hope is lost. Not the whole game has been taken away from them. They still have time to take up good fights. We'll have to see if those fights just end up good for them or not, as right now Frank is moving forward the way is going. Team number 7, all right, okay, I think did they just find that player or something? They'll be taking him down. That was a good takedown, but no, Frank goes down. Niall goes down as well. BYN backfiring. Medon is going to be the last man surviving.
Oh my God, this is so risky for Biva. And they went in there with the right plan. They knew there was one player there, but it's not going to be enough for them. And they're going to pay for this with their own lives. Meanwhile, Team 7 now, Assam Rhinos, not really heard their name much in Game 1 and Game 2, but Game 3 seems to be theirs to take because they've just been able to secure a good opening here for themselves. Meanwhile, BY, they're running low on health. Parag, what a way to go down, my friend. It's really a struggle. Meanwhile, Game Attack there, he's going to be getting another kill for himself. Chrono is going to take down BY, and Parag is finally down. And with that, 31 players alive, 10 teams onto the board. Things are just getting a little bit more intense. Meanwhile, AR now, they can take this. I mean, they have about 3 players alive, no kills in their favor. So getting into that circle, getting into that 5 top slots is something that they can look forward to do. Something very simple to what Tension does. And if they even survive to take that, that would be quite a few points for themselves, at least 10 points. And that would give them a little bit of advantage as we move on to the 4th game. Meanwhile, of course, look at team number 12. Chronos and Friends just so well positioned, waiting for every team to really make their entrance here into the next circle. Meanwhile, team number 3, I think kind of are like, let them just fight. We will come in the end and take what we need. Meanwhile, team number 1, if you can look, they're also coming in there from the far north. So that's where everything is going to pick up, because now the circle has become much more smaller. It has entered Clock Tower. So most of the action is going to be brewing there. Assam Rhinos now 3 alive, but not too few to take down and get a blue eye for yourself.
That's true. But look at this. Fights are happening. Kraken has spotted a few players and he's trying to take them down. But team number 9 is actually looking pretty good. Kasi FF, they do not want to lose this fight at any way, shape, or form. Kronos as a Dragonov will be using that to its full potential for sure. And right now, Team Attack is also trying to use his weapons. M4A1 and 12 meters is going to be coming out in this drop. But well, it's not going to be enough as he needs to take each and every into the fight. Dragonov is being used to its perfection, but still is not connecting anyone. If he had done a few more quick scopes, he might as well take one down. 50% of the health just going down right now. Hydra goes down, and this one, he needs a revival.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Kasi, they are getting a few shots down to Hydra, but they have those 4 kills. They have the whole team there, so they could heal up each other. Meanwhile, AR destroying their opponents pretty strongly. Team 9 in control, but they're going to lose a player now, and that's going to be super risky. Make that 2 mostly. Toxic taking quite a few shots onto him, and he needs to back off now. Donbok not in the best place to be. Meanwhile, Kronos, he's back up, completely ready and healthy to continue this fight. Meanwhile, now we look at Clock Tower. This is where all the action is going to be doing. We have Team 9, Team 12, and Team 3 all together. One of these teams are going to be dropping down really soon. Shots getting fired. Their tension. They want to really close another kill for themselves. Are they going to be able to do so? Meanwhile, Donbok getting another few shots there onto tension. Better one wants to get that kill score lead yet again. Meanwhile, if you look at the back, you still see Immortal alive and the only player doing whatever he can. Renzo, meanwhile, getting a double kill for himself onto Assam Rhinos and is going to be heading into a better scorecard at the end of the day.
Well, 9 teams are alive right now, and Kasi FF, alright, so FF is looking really good for themselves. Better one as well is trying to be the better one in this one as they are trying everything in their favor. If they can just take up a few fights for themselves, we'll have to see if that happens or not, but look at this. Kraken is trying to take the players, has 2 kills of his own. Game attack as well. He's coming up from the players of Borvakan Army. They have a, right now we have 8 teams surviving, 2 teams alive, but well, Kraken moving in. There's no stopping to this team, but there is one as Game Attack is going to be the last man surviving, but on the other side, Toxic is the last man surviving. Can he take the squad down? He's trying everything in his arsenal. He's trying to take a few players down for his own self, but Better One gets eliminated.
It was so close, but better one. They are out now, leaving us with only 6 teams. Gamer Tag, of course, in the front lines, they're trying to convert. Meanwhile, Fantastic Four, let's not forget, these players are there, ready to fight. Intention are winners from the first 2 games. They have 5 kills in their favor. They have already made it to the top 6. All their 4 players alive, waiting for the right time to convert. Meanwhile, if Tension is able to close this next booyah, they're going to have a hat-trick all the way in qualifier number 3. Meanwhile, God, I don't think they want to let that happen. Hulk in the front lines, we just saw him convert 2 exceptional kills for his team. Game Attack in his eyes. They're going to be shot at really hard there, but now they do know that Game Attack is hiding over there. He needs to be really careful. He's the sole survivor there for Kasi. This team, of course, got 7 kills already. Triple kill going in favor here for another player. Mashok is looking to convert more. Meanwhile, look at the way Tension positions. Every single time we see this team perform, they are so sure as to how they want to play this out. Assam Rhinos, they're getting shot at yet again, and Fantastic Four yet again in the lead here, looking to take down the leading champions, I would say, who are Tension. If Assam is able to convert this, it's going to be a good day for them. Meanwhile, on the other side now, God's still alive, but only 4 of them are there.
I would say somehow I don't feel right. Tension is gonna take this one as well. The way this team is playing again, might as well. There's 1 kill right in front of them. Go and take this one. That was a good one. Tension. All the players surviving. They are high on their kills, and for sure they're gonna have another booyah for themselves. They know where the players are. They know how to move, and they for sure are gonna take this one. 1 player, 1 kill, and there is another booyah, back to back. 3 booyahs coming in for Tension right now.
I mean, that's insane. They just got 20 points on the board for getting a booyah, and they also get another 20 points for getting 10 kills on the board. So that's 40 points going in favor of this team. That takes their round total somewhere about a 120 points, which is insane. It's insane, Ocean. Like, I can't believe it. I'm saying like this so comfortably, but it's insane. And I'm really excited to see what our host analyst has to say about all this, because I mean, I think I never in my career have I seen a team take 3 games back to back to back.
I mean, the way these guys have played, that was incredible. That was insane. Nothing taken away from this team. 3 booyahs, and all those 3 booyahs had all the 4 players surviving. First of all, they had all the 4 players surviving. Then I want to see if they can go for a 5 streak. Like, just imagine 5 games and 5 booyahs.
That would just be insane. It's just like, It's going to be insane. But I know our host and analysts have been watching this. So let's go back to their desk and see what they have to say.
I mean, it is pretty incredible. Qualifier number 3 and already a hat trick coming in for Tension.
Come
Wow.
what may.
Yeah.
Come what may, come wherever the circle pans out, they are going to get that booyah. Hat trick! Oh my goodness! With the way they got it, because eventually the circle was somewhere favoring around the clockwork tower, just going north of it. And this time there was a crossroad, and this time the terrains were different. This time it was not a compound that they were playing around, but still every single fight. And like Ocean mentioned, that's the point that has to be put out without the loss of a single player. And they've been doing that since the last for the past 2 games already, and in fact even in the 3rd game. So.
Complete one-sided domination so far, and I think now we can safely say like Tension, they are gonna be. We're gonna see this team in the finals already, and it's gonna be interesting. How are they gonna fare up against the other teams, the teams that have qualified from Qualifier 1 and Qualifier 2? What is gonna happen to Tension then? Also, another thing that I would like to see, as Ocean mentioned as well, can they be the first team ever to get all the booyahs?
See, we have in our career of casting so far, we've seen hat tricks, right? We've seen a couple of hat tricks, but we have never seen 4 back-to-back booyahs. That is something that has not happened. And 5th, adding it on, I think that would be history created right off the bat, because that has never, I think, happened in the history of Free Fire, that team coming out, getting 5 booyahs back-to-back. And I can just imagine the kind of lead they must have gotten for themselves. But yes, nothing taken really away from Fantastic Four, because with the way they've been performing in the first 2 games, this was a good sign of resurrection from them. And this might just bolster them up, because this was the 2nd Bermuda. Up next, we have another Purgatory. So then again, we also have another last Bermuda. So if they really, tick mark all the corners, if they get enough, like say around 10-12 points per game, maybe they do have a shot at making it to the top 3.
That's the thing. Maybe is going to be the question. I mean, there's a huge vacuum of points, but talking about points, we're going to have a look at the standings for this game right now. And here they are in front of us. Tension again, 42 points coming in for them. But look at the 2nd position now. Kasi FF, 24 points. Massive difference.
Someone has already crossed that 100 mark.
Yeah.
And we do know which team that is on the leaderboards, which will come up shortly after this. But yes, Fantastic Four, really amazing performance. They really needed that. And same goes for Kasi FF, with the way they did not get the best of the position points. But yes, like we have mentioned earlier, if you're not good with the position points, get yourselves those kills, and courtesy to that, they are on the 2nd spot. And few teams have really stepped up, but Westminster and the team, both the teams, in fact, Team A and B, they've not been having the best of the days. And look at Gods of Assam. The last game was fairly well for them, but now they're again faltering out. And still getting those 8 points, 5 points, 7 points. But is it going to be enough, though?
I think a similar situation or similar words can be spoken for one-man army, in fact.
Right,
because this is their 2nd attempt. This
Of
is
course.
the 2nd time they've made it to the qualifiers and still failing to show up. They have 2 more matches, and if they get 2 booyahs back-to-back, I think based on the current situation in the leaderboard, since it's just Tension who are grabbing all the points for themselves, we're going to have a look at the leaderboard, and you guys can see what I'll be talking about. See, look at this. All right, now it's hard for one-man army after that last game, because 23 points, if they get 2 booyahs back-to-back, even that's going to be quite tough. But Tension and Better
Almost
One,
60 points difference, Johnny.
Yeah, almost.
Someone is flying way too high in the sky. Someone just, completed an entire crate of Red Bull. I'm pretty sure. Because
Are we missing a few from our stack?
Nah.
I think Tension
I'm too
took
selfish to
them,
share
yeah.
my Red Bull. You know that, Johnny.
I think Tension took all our Red Bulls. Not
No,
all. I mean, we still have a lot left, but
yeah.
they have a stack.
They have an entirely different, separate crate for them. I think that is what they have done, and they did chug quite a lot of them. Look at them. That massive 60-point lead. But you know what we really need to focus on? The 3rd and 4th position.
Yep.
That they are already tied with just 2 games to go. And even Kasi FF on their trails, anything can happen.
Exactly. I think even Gods of Assam have a point of contention, since for getting the booyah, you do get 20 points. So if the opponents above them fail to show up, if Do or Die and Kasi finish on, well, the 11th and the 12th position,
Yeah.
and Gods of Assam get the booyah, and, well, they get, like, what, 5 or 6 kills along with that, that's their job done. One-man army, as I said, massive drop for them.
Maybe third time might just be their charm, because we did witness in Clash of Clans that third time a team comes in, wins it around. Maybe qualify number 4, because by the looks of it, I think it's very difficult for them this time around.
It is really difficult. So maybe they're going to be looking forward to qualify number 4, or else they can just pull off attention and get like 80 points in the next 2 matches and then make it. That's going to be super hard for them to pull off, but we're going to take a very short break before we move on to match number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be back after this.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, everybody. And of course, now it's time for game number 4. We're back on Purgatory. And for the first time ever, I would say in my career in this year, that we've seen a team get 3 games back to back. I mean, wow, exceptional performances coming out from Tension today. 122 points is where they stand at. And that is exceptional. I mean, even if they play with their eyes closed now, they're going all the way into the grand finals. But let's see if they can convert this to 5 games. I mean, I do remember, Ocean, when we started the pre-game segment,
Yeah.
you did tell me you're looking to see a team just annihilate everybody else, and we got that. But now let's see if the other teams can annihilate some others and give us a different ending.
I mean, there used to be a thing, right? You don't take tension, you give tension. That's what Team Tension is doing. Like, they're giving tension to each and every team that's playing out here. Just not for them to, rethink about their gameplays and strategies and whatever's happening. Well, I would love to see where the circle goes in this one. So previous Purgatory, we saw 3 teams go to the Southern Island. But in this one, it's just 1 team that's going. That's going to be Gods or some. So, yeah, I would say teams are changing their game plans for sure. But we'll have to see if that becomes fruitful or not. Because look at Brasilia. A lot of teams.
Absolutely. Brasilia, very crowded over here. We have KG sitting here. We have West Banter sitting here. We also have team number 5 hanging around the corners. Everybody just getting into the right positions. Like we mentioned, Purgatory is a slower map, but I'm excited to see whether they take these early fights because they're quite into each other's arms. I must say, it's just put in like that. But KG, let's talk a little bit. Immortal survived for quite a long time in the previous fight. Could they convert better this time? I definitely think so. In the place of 4 players, if they can get all 4 back in the final circle, they definitely have the opportunities to get that booyah. For now, of course, there are going to be a few shots shared here between Borpunk and I mean, this team also, they were on that kill lead in between in the previous game, but could they do it again? God, meanwhile, Jintu is going to be struggling there. The first person to be taken down, Dune, of course, going to be doing that for themselves. So God's in a good start here in map number 4. Meanwhile, it is again Immortal who's going to be moving inside. Gracious getting shot at really hard. Team 5 a little bit of trouble. Chester trading a few shots here, but is it going to be enough? He's going to be shot at 2. Sane, meanwhile, trying to get a few shots. Kronos needs to get out of there. He is also in a lot of trouble. Team 10 losing out players faster than flies. They need to figure this out. Chester, meanwhile, and Kid going to quickly jump out there, take down another player, and it's going to be Kraken taking a fall. This doesn't look good here for Team 10. Can they really make a change? Game Attack's not going to be able to do that too. He does keep a few players alive, but let's see for how much longer.
This is going to be a difficult situation for the players. And the previous Purgatory, I would say, the one that we saw today, the second one, it started off at a very slow pace, but not this one. This one starts off really fast. This one starts off with good fights. And I would say somehow, and this one starts off with a lot of aggression, a lot of good aggression amongst the players. So, yeah, it all became like this because of the area of Brasilia where quite a lot of players were still sitting and everything. Well, we'll have to see how it just ends right now. As team number 3's players, they are moving forward. They have to just find up a good place for themselves. As in less than 40 seconds, the circle's going to be just closing in. And you know it. When the circle closes, for the starters, it creates a lot of havoc among the players. Because if you're outside the zone, we saw so many punishments happening just because the players were just outside the circle.
True that. I mean, last game we did see a lot of them end like that. And this time around, you do see Gods of Assam. They are all 4 alive. Crossroads is where they belong to. They need to come into a better positioning. Nayan, meanwhile, I mean, the last time I can remember this name so clearly from qualifier number 2. He did stand out for me, and I've not really seen him make conversions this time around. But Jintu, meanwhile, he did get that first blood for his team, so they are doing pretty fine. Meanwhile, team number 7 now, that's where my attention is constantly. The fact that they are so good, they know how to get their attacks done. They just get a little too aggressive when it's not required. And if this time they play a little bit patiently, they could take down BYN. We see them in opposite houses, and it's a great position here for Team 7 to make their mark here in the Northeast Championship. At the same time, it's also a good time for BYN to convert if they can. We saw them make it to the top 4 teams in the previous game. They can do it now if they do it right. Meanwhile, Borpunk, they're just going to get out of their God. Meanwhile, Gilbert, a little bit of trouble, going to be shot at, getting his cover as required. But look at that. They have already just 1 player down, so they need to be really careful as they proceed forward.
That's true. That's true. We'll have to see how it just comes down to. Look at that. They are trying to spot the players and they are trying to take them down if they can. Team number 3 versus team number 12. And I think team number 12 is also ready with its own strategies as they have to do something. UMP at the hands of Gilwood, and Gilwood would like to take up a fight of his own. I mean, if you're talking about the things, he doesn't have a helmet, but well, never mind. Now he has been taken down by the grenade. And team number 3, they are forced to run away right now.
A very risky place here for Borpanka. The fact that in the previous game their positioning was way better, this time around they're already struggling. There are only 11 teams in the game, but they've already lost 2 of their players, so we're down to 40 players. So they're always going to be a disadvantage later on. And as we know, the winning team, the champions, Tension, they are always 4, and they kind of play on their strength in numbers at the end of the game. So that's something that this team already has lost onto. So they're going to be really careful as they move forward in this. Meanwhile, Manash is also done pretty fine. I think they've not been able to secure any kills, which is a huge problem. But if they can somehow push just these 2 players in the top 5, they could secure those 10 points for themselves. Meanwhile, next onto your screen now it's Gods of Assam. And like I mentioned, they were also one of the teams that made it to the top 4, looking to make conversions here. They need to get this Booyah's favor. It's just going to be tension, tension, tension all around.
Well, that's true. But the most important thing that just comes down is team number 1 is moving forward against team number 7. And team number 7 will have to do everything. I mean, KG, they'll have to do everything for themselves. But right now, as team number 1 is moving forward at the edge of the circle, we'll have to see if this fight just brings out the best of both worlds for either team or not. Because you can see Answer has just moved inside that house right now. And the other players are onto the outskirts. One-man army, they have 3 players outside and 1 player inside the house. And now they are focusing on the rotation more than the fights, because they know getting inside the circle at a good area, it's always fruitful as compared to just staying on to the edge and taking up a fight. So Arrow has been caught out as well, as Arrow will be moving. But Answer, this individual lad has been left alone. Now he chooses to move back, and he is not at all gonna mess up with the players of team number 7, and those players will just stay there.
I mean, this is really smart here coming out of One Man Army. The last game they played, of course, we did see them taking this really early rotations and losing players. This time around, they don't want to take that risk and they're just going to go back and find their new positioning. Meanwhile, now Gods of Assam, Manjit seems to be struggling a little bit. He is not in the best position, could be caught out there by team number 3, but he's called in the rotations from the rest of his team. Gods of Assam, if they get these 2 kills for themselves, they will also make that grand total to 4 kills, and that's going to be really important for them. If they can do it before the next circle closes, it's just got really well played for them. For now, of course, Manash a little bit out of position.
Well, we'll have to see how the things just come out right now. You can see it's Babu is moving forward as well with everything. But the most important thing for this individual lad is going to be, you know, again, his team. If that is still with them, like Shintu and Babu, they have 1 kill each. And then Manjeet and Nayan, they don't have any. But then the kills are right on the top of Nayan, if you have to talk about this one. He just needs to take those players down. But, you know, getting inside that area is going to be a tricky business. It's going to be a difficult business for him. If he can get that, it's good. If he cannot, well, then he might as well have to change a few things here and there. Might have to change a few calls here and there. Manjeet has a farmhouse in his hands, is moving forward inside that house as well. It's going to be a 4v2, but those 2 players, they are not here to lose, right? They are just here to take up a very good fight. Psycho gets eliminated. All right, so that's a bad thing for a few players if I talk about this one. But 2 players done. Spots 1. No, he fails, and that is the elimination. There comes the elimination, and Gods of Assam, they are looking good with their kill numbers.
Absolutely. This is the first time I've really seen them convert very, very easily. They've got 4 kills, and that's going to really help them as we move into the final few seconds. But meanwhile, now, attention to West Panther. I mean, this team not yet got any kills on the board. Team number 1 man army, not really kills on the board, trying to follow the same strategy as Tension. Just keep alive, keep kicking, and wait for the last few circles and do your magic over there. And if all these teams are looking to have the same plan, that's where the chaos is going to come in. But meanwhile, of course, team number 6, they are hiding in the building. Team number 4 is right there. Team number 7, team number 1, and team number 10 so close to each other, but so far away from home. Meanwhile, look at team 12. They're like so happy. They're so far away from everybody. Team 2, of course, they have a very, very few players alive. They need to be a little careful. They have team 11 circling around them. Team 9, of course, they're another team that are, and they could mostly move. And look at that. What luck charms team number 11, the circle right on them, super safe. But meanwhile, there are 4 teams out who are going to be struggling. In the front lines, of course, you do see Sion. He has been hit on quite a bit, but onto the back lines, of course, it's team number 4 who we need to keep our eyes out for. Meanwhile, one-man army, Answer in the front lines. He sees team 4 in the other house. He could take a few shots. He almost just missed out Harpreet as he went inside that house. But meanwhile, after he wants to take a few shots here. And team 4, they're repositioning Viva and they're looking to get a kill here. They're all 4 alive. The shootout on the team 4. But Harpreet, he's going to try and back. It's not going to be enough. None of them have really lost any players.
As of now, yes, they haven't lost any players. This kind of a similar fight that happened in Purgatory in the previous game. But, well, I would say they might not just lose players one by one. Might as well take a squad for the elimination. That's what the team number 1 is trying. And one army is actually looking really good. I mean, they have had good numbers for themselves. And look at this, and a good elimination just coming in from the players. 27 seconds on the clock right now. Monroe is moving forward as well. Answer onto the back end side. So some Rhino gets eliminated. That takes it down to 8 teams and 28 players right now. Arrow goes down out in the open. Answer, you need to go for a revival or maybe a retaliation fire, but he's trying to take up a TPV view of his own onto the backside as he knows team number 10 is going to be coming in. He spots Game Attack. Game Attack has been spotted. He has to go onto the back lines just to take up a fight with his players, but for now, it's going to be a difficult and a tricky job because they might as well. Now we'll be taking over fight as team number 6 and team number 1 are right next to each other. Answer has switched to the gun right now. Frog, it might be a bad thing as West Winter. They do not want to lose this fight, but they do.
Oh my God. And after all said and done, we have one-man army converting some more. They're doing really, really well in game number 4. Meanwhile, team number 10 is going to just say goodbye to this place. They don't really want to take any more fights. Everybody is far out from the circle and the circle's closing in. Meanwhile, team number 1, they've got their kill lead. They've got all their 4 players alive. Could this be the team that gets the next booyah in game number 4? I definitely hope so. But at the same time, we still got to keep our eyes out. We never really know what's going to happen in the final circuit. There's 7 teams alive for now, 25 players, and meanwhile, one-man army yet on your screen, 6 kills, which technically already gives them those 12 points. Getting more than 12 points is what they're aiming for now.
Well, getting more points, obviously, it is a pretty good thing if you just talk about this one, right? But the most important thing, the most important thing out of this one is going to be how are the teams going to get alive inside the circle or maybe outside those areas? Because that's something that's going to be pretty tricky for a lot of players, a lot of teams. As you can see, KG is moving forward as well. They have good numbers for themselves, but can they convert? The conversion ratio should be coming in pretty soon. Kasi is going to be moving forward as well. One-man army is moving forward as well onto this one. Monroe is out there, has 3 individual kills for his own self. Team has 3 combined, and that makes it down to 6 kills for these players fighting with the circle against the circle. And now Marble Works is where all the gun work is going to be coming in. But the most important thing, as we look at the circle,
Absolutely.
again, team number 11. Look at team number 11. Team number 11 is in the center lines, and we know what that team is. Tension.
Oh my God, it's tension yet again, repositioning themselves so comfortably. And it's again and again and again and again the same thing. And no matter which of the team tries to do the similar situation, it just doesn't seem to work for them. I'm very excited to see how team 11, or as we call them, the owners and champions, Tension, perform against other teams that come in from the other qualifiers. Will they be able to repeat the same shenanigans that they are doing right here? But for now, of course, you do see team number 7 there into the corners, Immortal leading the charge, giving a few shots there, but don't forget, Kasi is right here. Kasi wants to get a few kills. They've lost 1, but they don't want to lose more. Game Attack, giving him a few shots there. Kronos right behind him, repositioning himself. Meanwhile, team 7, they are rotating it. They could either go for Kasi, or they could just go and get some cover, but it doesn't seem like they want cover. They're running across, and Immortal needs to be a little careful. This could be dangerous.
Well, this could change quite a lot of things for a lot of players out in this one. As you can see, Hydra is moving forward as Kasi. They have 4 kills again, but they lost 1 player. That's going to be Kraken that they lost. But, you know, not all hope is lost for the players if we talk about this one. But 7 teams surviving, 25 players alive. It's not the best of the numbers out here, but still it's decent if we talk about this one. We'll have to see how the things just come in. And this will be changing quite a lot of things. Look at that. They are looking good. They are looking decent. They're looking incredible. And now double kills are coming in as well.
Absolutely. And Kasi, meanwhile, full control of themselves. They've got those 5 kills in their favor, looking to close some more kills before we head into the next circle. Team 7, meanwhile, they're also repositioning. Team 10, they seem more of the team who can convert, but their major problem is not only Team 8 and Team 7, it is Team 11 who have gone ahead and positioned themselves so beautifully. Meanwhile, Team 1, they're another team we need to keep eyes out for. They have 4 players alive. Arrow just giving up his life there to Pablo, and that is risky here for this team. Losing one player before the final 2 circles is going to be a problem. Meanwhile, one-man army still continuing their charge. They could convert. At least if they get more kills, they could reposition themselves on the leaderboard. But let's see if they can do that. Team 8, meanwhile, they're going to be sending out some trade shots there to make sure that their positioning is well kept. But meanwhile, Ocean, just look at the way Tension's position. They're not moving. They're not saying anything. They're not firing. Just there to make sure that everyone kills each other, and then they go ahead and take the booyah again.
That's true. That's true. That's totally true what the players are doing. But God, man, he was spotted out here by the players of One Man Army again. This fight might be an incredible one, the way it's happening. But no. Answer's the last man surviving. If he goes down, that will be a bad thing. But he gets up a double kill for his own self in the final moments of his fight. Just surviving for himself and for the team. As you can see, but Answer, he has been spotted onto the other side. So he will have to keep himself safe, but he cannot. One Man Army gets eliminated. Down to 5 teams. God of Assam is out here. Ace coming up against One Man Army. Well, that was a good one, the fight that they put, but well, they could not just keep it alive for themselves. God Jintu has been spotted on one side. Babu's trying to get his fights as well. Nayan is just situated onto one area, but there's one team that we know is capable of each and everything. Team number 11 is coming from one direction, but they have been spotted as well in this one. We'll have to see what happens as the players have been spotted. Pablo's moving from one side to the other, but right now we might as well. We would love to see a new team just getting up a good booyah for themselves.
Absolutely. They're all aiming to do that. Fantastic Four, all 4 players alive, no kills in their names. So this booyah, a very, very important one for them. If they don't convert this, they're going out with just a few points of security. Meanwhile, on the backlines now, Team 9, they're sitting with 2 players. They could convert if required. Don Book here, he's low on health, he's low on life, he's low on kills. And Better One needs to convert this. If they can get at least 2 kills, yet again, their position will improve. But look at that. Team 11, yet again, center of the circle, waiting for everybody to come in and showcase what they got. And the only players I see who can really turn this around is Kasi. And if Kasi can convert, that is going to be their first booyah in this total layout. But meanwhile, Fantastic Four, yet again, they are turning around up in the front lines. He could convert this if required. The circle's closing in really quickly now. They're going to have to find where Team 11 is. Team 9, where they're going to be sharing a few shots there. Don Book, he needs to reposition Sion. Meanwhile, he's going to get out, but no one's looking at Team 11. They're waiting and waiting so very patiently.
Well, they are waiting. Hardwell, he takes down 1 kill for his own self. Fantastic Four is looking pretty good. Do or die. They need to do in this one again. They do not need to die, but we'll have to see how that just comes up for themselves, because they have a good number of kills for themselves. They have good numbers for themselves. And well, Better One gets eliminated. All right. This kind of changes quite a lot of perspectives, but well, after this, after 20 seconds, we'll be seeing the final circle. Do or die needs to get out in the open if they need to survive. Fantastic Four, they have 2 players surviving, Sayan and Akshay. We'll have to see how that just comes up. And God's Manjeet goes down. No, Weldy goes down. He needs to be revived fast.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, on the other side now, Sayan, he is a few players alive. They have 3 players in themselves. Team number 11, they are really killing this Pablo and squad. They want to move in further. Meanwhile, Sayan, he's repositioning, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to be the next one to fall there. And Team 11 still in control of the match. They know they need to do, or they're going to die. Meanwhile, on the back lines, of course, Team 12, they're getting shot at now. Jintu, the only one surviving. He needs to convert, but look at the number of kills in favor of Do or Die. They've got 11 kills in their favor. Going to be closing out a few more, but it's not Tension this time. It's Do or Die. What an amazing gameplay from this team. Clear-cut victory. They got their kills. They got the number of points required to get that booyah. It's a total scorecard going to be about 48 points if I'm not wrong. But what an excellent performance. Finally, we have a new team, Ocean. Congratulations.
Well, we do have a new team, but the most important thing is that Tension will be coming back for the next one. For sure, they'll be looking pretty good, but the way this team played, they had good area for themselves, they had good kills already. They just needed to, take that kill momentum and just go it for the final fight, and they did that as well. So Do or Die, they did everything perfect in this one. So I would say somehow this was a wholesome game.
Absolutely. So let's head back to the desk, of course, and after that, we're going to have another big matchup, the final match for the day. So we'll see you soon.
Yes, and just one more match to go and do it. They just finally have. I think they have decided what they want to do. They want to do, not die.
So basically, the thing
Yeah.
with tension is this is what happens when you finish your entire crate of Red Bull and you get those 3 booyahs, but
I think their job is done.
the majority of the job is
Yeah.
done, and now they have things are even more interesting with do or die getting this booyah. Now they are also in contention for the top 3 spot, and we have Gods of Assam also, striking back, and well, I'm really excited for the leaderboards to actually come up. But if you talk about those fights happening, and it was still the man advantage that do or die had, and right from the get-go they were getting all those kills, and they did cross that 10 kills mark,
Yeah.
and they'll get a lot of kill points, position points also being there, 20 points. So 40 points, that's really good. Like you mentioned, and like we were talking about earlier, still, top 6 were in contention for the top 3 spot, and now things have really spiced up.
Yeah, things have spiced up indeed, and it is going to be super interesting. As you said, leaderboard is going to be really intense to look at right now. But apart from that as well, tension, I mean, yes, their job is done, but now it's up to the other teams to try and figure out a way to make it into the finals. And it's going to take something extra. I mean, if Do or Die can actually get the second booyah as well, it's going to secure them the spot moving forward for the finals. But then, who is going to be the next team qualifying after them? That's going to be a big question. One booyah is required, and well, Do or Die have done their job.
And if you remember, the last time we saw the leaderboards, 2 teams were in the same position on 3rd and 4th.
Yep.
And now we will see a certain demarcation coming around, and we will see which teams do have the chance, because we just have one Bermuda game remaining. And Circle can go anywhere, anything can possibly happen. And what we really wanted to see was tension getting those 5 booyahs, but that did not really happen.
Yeah.
But still, nothing much to scoff about over there. And
I think they left a few Red Bulls for us. That's why they could not do all 5 games.
no, I beg to differ. I am telling you, they finished the entire crate, and now they are craving for more, and they will have to restock. But sadly, they do not have enough time to get to the stores
Maybe
and get
before the
them.
finals.
Yes, I think with the kind of game that they have displayed today,
Yeah.
they were just not getting all those booyahs, but they were undisputed. They were not
Yes.
just dying. That is even a more impactful performance, because not just winning that with all your teammates alive, that's a huge statement. And the other teams, they had been struggling. There was a lot of competition in qualifier number 1 and 2. Now in qualifier number 3, we have a complete new set of teams coming. So okay, now they have excelled this one out, they have aced this one out, but what is going to happen in finals? There are a lot of things in store for them, and once the point standings really come up, we'll get a slight idea, and let's see what really happens.
Let's do that. Let's have a look at the standings for this game and see how the teams ended up. So, well, tension failed to show up this time at all, and I guess as we have been saying, their job is done. They do not care at this point. They are pretty much already on their way to the finals. But Do or Die getting 44 points, Kasi FF getting 29 points. That's going to be super crucial to them. One-man army, I think even with the 24 points that they have in this match, they're going to be a little bit too far behind.
Yeah, that's gonna bother them. But the other teams, West Bintha, both the teams, in fact, A and B, not having the best of the days.
Yeah.
But still, there is another chance they can make a comeback in qualifier number 4. They still have a lot of things to work out, and maybe 1 week time is sufficient to really work on your fallacies, improvise on your techniques, improvise on your tactics, approach of the circle, usage of utilities. Those things can certainly be worked out, and having such a huge prize pool in contention, I believe these teams can really fight for it.
Exactly. The fight is still going to be there. As you mentioned, a couple of things. I mean, Qualifier 4 is there as well. That means more opportunity for the teams to try and come back and make it to the finals. But let's have a look at the leaderboard right now, ladies and gentlemen, and see how things look over there. Look at this. This is what I was saying. Do or Die with the booyah coming for them. 102 points. Already moving forward to the finals. But Kasi FF, better one. And Gods of Assam, I'm going to take them in the list as well, because they are sitting at 65 points. But 3rd and 4th position tied right now. 75 points each.
Imagine Bofukin Army getting that final booyah in the last game and rocketing up to the 3rd spot. But still, it's a tough task and it's a huge mountain to climb, but it's possible. It's possible.
Right, so
yeah.
I'm going to make a hypothesis, right? I'm going to build a theory, right?
All right.
I think one-man army can still make it. Because if, imagine, Kasi FF better one, Gods of Assam, Burfukham Army. All 4 of these teams, they finish in the bottom 4 in the next game, and one-man army, because we have seen the team that gets the booyah have been getting 40 plus points every single time. If they get 44 points for themselves,
Johnny, you're a dreamer, I must say that.
I'm an optimist. My
Yeah.
level of optimism is, well, I've had a lot of Red Bulls, and
Anything is possible.
yeah, anything
you know?
is possible, man. You just need the wings.
Yes, you certainly need the wings. You need need the grit. You need
Yeah.
that hunger coming up. And with just that one game remaining, I think we are getting excited.
We are in for a ride for the
Yes.
last game, but before the last game, we're gonna take a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, everybody. And of course, it's time now for the final game of the day for this qualifier number 3 Northeast Summit and Free Fire. I must say, finally, we have a new victor. I was so excited to see them come up finally, Ocean. But at the same time, we got to remember that Tension, they made it all the way. They're definitely going to the grand finals. And hopefully, yet again, we can either see Tension come on the top. We could also see another team come on the top. But what's in store here, we'll find out in the next 30 minutes.
That's the thing, right? We can say that Tension might just come back again, or we can say that probably Do or Die might just come back again. But, well, we are going to the home ground again, Bermuda it is. And I want to see what happens in this one, as each and every team will be looking for good things. And Tension, last game was a bit of a mistake situation, took them down on, what, 11th spot. Now we have 12 teams alive and 48 players again. We are starting from ground 1. Let's see which team gets the last one.
Absolutely, and I think it was God that took down Tension in the previous one, and if they could manage to do the same thing again, then Tension could be in a lot of trouble. But for now, you see Misako very confidently on the front lines. He does see answer there on the sides, and they could have a quick fight there. And if they do lose one of the players, it's gonna be dangerous now. Attention, getting a few more shots there. Misako already securing another kill for himself, and Tension already in the kill lead. They didn't like that one loss, and now they're bringing all the big guns out.
Well, good kills coming up for the players out here, but the major thing, the most important thing is obviously, yeah, right now they just became kill leaders. They do not want to let it go, right? If they let it go, then it will be a bad thing. Because Tension, they will be looking for another win. Like, just imagine, 5 out of 4 games, you have a booyah, like 4 booyahs, obviously. That gets you like 80% domination. That's incredible. That's insane.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned, I mean, I'm really excited to see the teams that play with them in the grand finale because this is one particular qualifier out of the 4 that we're going to be having. And, you know, a team that does really well in one qualifier, there's no saying whether they'll have a similar performance once they make it to the grand finale. Each kind of qualifier comes out with a new set of players. And we've seen some exceptional teams in the previous qualifiers that have taken place. But of course, one man army, they've already lost 2 players. They shouldn't be getting down to being just a one man army. The previous game, they had got a kill lead. They also were able to get into the top 5 teams. The similar story could definitely do them well. Meanwhile, on your screens on Borpunk, I think they struggled in the last game. I didn't really see them convert much. Hopefully, this game they will be able to do.
Hopefully in this game they will be able to change up their things. If we have to talk about this one, but well, you know, 70 seconds more, and after that, the first circle will be closing in slowly and steadily. And we're talking about the teams and everything. Portugal Army will be looking really good, but look, Gilwood goes down. This looks bad now. All of a sudden, BYN, West Panthers, they are looking decent now in this one as they have taken 1 kill for themselves, all thanks to Sane, who is insane right now. But well, Kit is moving in from one direction to the other. He also needs his own kills. But team number 6, they should be coming back pretty soon right now. But before that, Kit is going to be, you know, just going for a recon of his own self. I want to see what happens from the team of Borfukan Army. Will they be coming back for the fights? Because obviously it seems like it. But onto the back end sides, BYN, I mean, West Panthers, they'll be looking decent, but BYN, look at this. They are just moving forward against team number 6. There's going to be a bad fight, but no. Sane takes down another one. Sane has 2 individual kills, and both the kills came out pretty good. Now he's spotting another one. Sane takes down another one. All right. This individual lad is doing wonders.
I mean, Borpang, this is going completely against their plan. They were supposed to convert. They were supposed to give us something on the scoreboard. But this time around, the team has completely failed out. They have 1 player alive, and that's not going to take them too far in this final game. Meanwhile, on the other side, now kill for himself. Every single time this player turns around, he seems to have somebody waiting for him to take down.
Well, he is. That's true. Every single time he actually turns around, there are a few players just ready. He is ready for some few players out there. But well, Sane, it kind of means like he's the MVP for now. So he needs to survive and survive long. Obviously, you take good fights. That means you might also just go down. So for those few things, we'll have to see what happens. But right now, 1 minute on the clock, and after that, the first circle will be coming in again. So that thing will be changing quite a lot of things. And right now, all the 12 teams are surviving, but we lost 8 players right off the bat. Losing those 8 players, not a good outing for a few teams who might have as well thought that we'll go for a booyah. But, you know, things sometimes just don't work out in your favor. Things just go down. Things go terrible. So we'll have to see what happens in this one. As Pablo, again, this team, do or die, they had a pretty good previous game. I want to see what happens in this one.
Absolutely. They figured out their momentum, and that's one good thing about this team. The fact that, oh my God, Sweet getting hit on over there a little bit. BYN, they have that kill lead. They need to keep it going, do or die now. Very close to the kill lead, as they could convert this for themselves. On the other side, of course, if this does convert in BYN's favor, then do or die are out. So they want to take that risk or no? That is the question. There are 12 teams alive yet, so very bad position to be getting out at. And it's a high risk, high reward situation. So whichever teams decide to do it can work. Now, West Banter, they've already got the three kills to their name. I don't think they're looking for the Boya. They're just looking to get even more kills onto their scorecard. So they are looking to take this fight against Do or Die. And if they can convert somewhere, this will definitely turn the tides. We ran MR Reg, Pablo, all of them waiting very patiently in their house, looking for the right time. Also, Justin on the other side just scouting out. But now we do see Sweet. He is moving forward. He does know that Team 12 is there. If they do plan to rotate this, it'll be a good momentum getting set. But suddenly, things are turning. You do see a few shots getting called out. And look at that. They're all hiding in that one building. Parang, he needs to be careful. The last time around, also, he got dropped out because his positioning was really bad. He's going to call up for backup now. And with Nail in the front there, they could look to do this. But look at the positioning coming out from Team 12. I mean, MRH positioned at that window, waiting to see Parang's going to enter. There's going to be a quick shootout over there. But meanwhile, in the front lines now, it's going to be Kronos. He's going to get a few shots off. He's already lost, not lost, but brought two of his teammates to a very low HP. So they need to be careful. But West Banter, meanwhile, they are on the floor and they've already lost one player. Sane, meanwhile, he's also really low on health. And if they want to convert, they got to be really careful. Kronos got to be the next one to fall there. And BYN, they are moving forward with the kill lead. Hydra, meanwhile, Kasi, they have two players alive. They've lost one player till now. They have three players alive, but correct me if I'm wrong, they've lost another one. Now, gamer tag, the next one to go down. And that's going to be annihilation there for that team.
Sane has 5 kills. 5 individual kills by that one lad. That's impressive. That's incredible. But look at this on to the other side. BYN. This BYN might as well just go down as Do or Die is doing and doing and doing. And there's another team that's dying and dying and dying. And that's the players of BYN. Do or Die, they have 3 kills. Might as well go for the 4th one. But before that, right now, Emirates has to move forward. He has to be the support player for his team right now. And they lost one player, but not all hope is lost. In the areas of Pochinok is where incredible fights are happening.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, West Banter, the turn of tides here, they were doing so well for themselves. And suddenly things have really gone. And Midon, the only sole survivor, I don't think he really wants to continue this fight. He could just wait for the circle to close and mostly try and push his levels higher. But if he actually looks to take these fights, that will definitely be quite interesting as an individual performer. He could also be part of the Adelaide Days for Store Award. But for now, of course, we are going to see a few shots getting dealt there to team number 5. Also, the other side, of course, West Banter, 2 players alive. Do they want to continue this killings spree getting called out there as still BYN in the kill lead? But look at that rotation coming out there. It's going to be AR, Assam Rhinos converting this for themselves. And they all 4 are alive. So that means they are going to be moving forward into the next circle with all their 4 players alive. Now, there are 3 teams yet we've got our eyes out on. Assam Rhino definitely being one of them. The second one being God, because they've been doing really well for themselves also. And let's not forget Tension. We still not see them on our screens, but that's how they like to be, really silent labs, and then they go ahead and become lions.
Yeah, that's totally true, right? That actually happens. We'll have to see how just things are going to be happening. Just saying about this one, awesome Rhino. So this team wanted to outshine. Right now, it might be their time. They have 2 kills, and that's those are with the Rick only. Dikesh is out here. He's again has to spot players, but Borfukan Army gets eliminated. On to the other side. Look at this again. We'll have to see what happens with quite a lot of teams, as the teams are just trying to move in from one direction to the others. But I mean, can Do or Die this get another booyah? That's my question, because the previous game was incredible for them. Talking about the airdrops, the first one had an M249 and the second one has a Dragunov and a crossbow. Let's see who takes it.
Absolutely. And look at the way the circle has closed. I mean, somewhere Fantastic Four, so lucky. They've got the lucky number 4 onto them. Hulk is in the front lines and he's the only sole survivor for some reason, but he's still doing fine. I mean, if he just sits there, I think he can make it all the way to the top 4 and get a few more points onto the board. But meanwhile, of course, onto the other side, you see Team 5, they're closing in, Team 9's closing in, Team 3 looking super confident in this particular matchup. You also see Team 11 already positioned, sitting on the top, just like how they always like it. But Team 12 and Team 7, they need to come in now and create some tension, because tension, they have those 3 kills already. All their players are alive and they're looking to convert a little bit more. They're sitting at peak, and that means when they really enter the circle, this is the first time around that their positioning will not be already in the center of the circle. So I want to see really how the other teams really adapt to that.
All right. Tension has 3 kills. Reznov is moving forward. And I would say I'm pretty much impressed by this one individual lad, Reznov. Onto the other side, God Hulk is trying to take the players down. Babu has been spotted out there, and Babu might as well just go down once the wall breaks. But Downbog takes down one for his own self. But well, he goes down. That means do or die is in a bad situation. And from Fantastic Four, Hulk has been that one individual lad who has actually impressed us a lot today.
Absolutely. I mean, we keep hearing this term that he's not part of the Fantastic Four, but look at him. He's got his lucky number 4 there, and he is converting Jintui here, trying to convert this for himself also, but nobody really knows that Hulk can really get out of there. He's going to fight his way through. He's realized the rotations are getting called down onto him, and he's just going to hide in the corner. Meanwhile, Babu, he has seen him move there, and he wants to try and reply with the shots. He does see him. Oh, look at that. Nice shot coming out there. Both of them actually on the floor now, but meanwhile, God, they got back up, and that is something that Hulk doesn't have. And with that, of course, they are going to be knocked out next. But meanwhile, look at that. Assam Rhinos, they are moving in. They've got less kills, but they made it to the top 7. If they're able to make it to the top 3, they will be able to convert. Meanwhile, Rhinos, if they are looking to take down team number 3, they have only 2 players on team number 3, so this is a good rotation here. If they're able to take down Gods of Assam, they would be in the top 6.
Yeah, that's true. This is right, but numbers can change sometimes with your games or without your games. So let's see if that happens in this one. But the players will be looking forward for everything that they can. Just do it for themselves. Let's see if that happens. So far, it's just players are trying to spot each other. They're just trying to take some fights or just maybe rotations inside the circle is what they are doing. Gods of Assam, they lost 1 player. But still, they are fighting. They're fighting pretty good. So I would say I'm still happy and I'm still impressed by this one individual team. Rest assured, let's see how the things go.
Absolutely. And I'm really rooting for the Rhinos this time. The fact that they seem really strong from the minute they started. Yes, of course, they can't take down teams like Tension, who have got like 3 big booyahs on the board, but you got to start somewhere. And Rhinos are kind of getting into that momentum now, being able to convert. Lucky for them, the circle also is so close by to them that they could definitely go ahead and get a new positioning, do something similar to what Tension normally does, and maybe, just maybe, be able to take down this really strong team. But at the same time, they're also entering a very difficult zone, so they need to be a little careful. I mean, when I look at Raj, I mean, he has been not really seen much in all the 4 games that we have previously casted to this. But look at the way now all the teams are positioned. Arrow in the hidden areas over here. I mean, well, Team 11 going to back off. Team 9 moving in here with ease. They do look like they could convert things very, very convincingly. Meanwhile, Team 3, they're just going to stay out of this for a little while. But when we just look at the number of people alive, or the number of players alive, you do see that Team 9 is in a huge lead. Meanwhile, Team 12 now, they are pretty close to the ocean. They need to be careful. They're going to be fired at really, really hard. And MRH, oh my God, he's going to be the last one to fall. Look at the way they're converting now.
Well, do or die gets eliminated. That's a bad thing because in the previous game, they had an incredible booyah. And in this game, they got eliminated. This looks good for team number 9. And we know who team number 9 is. Will it be a 4th booyah? I mean, I just want to see that. I want to see that.
I mean, honestly, when I look at the way Assam Rhinos are positioned, I do feel they have a huge advantage because they're on the hilltop and they can see everybody who's climbing up or climbing down. So technically, AR should have the dominance in this. But knowing the way Tension plays, they're just going to let AR struggle a little bit with the other players and just go ahead and circle them around. Hopefully, that shouldn't be happening though. But Rhino is now in complete control. They could convert. Meanwhile, Nayan, you see him there entering the final circle. He alone is going to be taking his team all the way to the very end. Meanwhile, from their side, now Team 3 and Team 1, they're going to be meeting each other. Aaron in a little bit of trouble, I think, and he needs to be careful. Babu, meanwhile, on the sidelines, he's looking to get a shot off, and he's going to go inside. He does see another shot. He's going to take it. And what's going to be happening here?
He's trapped! He's trapped! He's trapped in this one! He's trapped in that area right now, but well, will it be enough? I mean, I just want to see what happens. Goshita goes down in this one. Godnan is surviving. It's Babu still surviving for his own fights, and new kill leader, Gods of Assam, is going to be out there, but it's Babu. He is still alive. 4 kills coming in. 4 drug kills for the team. Gods of Assam might as well go for the 5th one. There it is. Ace coming out from these players, and one-man army gets eliminated.
Wow, Gods of Assam really, really filling up their choose so well, able to convert everything that they're seeing in front of them. And now they are down to 5 teams. A very important fight. So they could get a few more kills. They already got 6 kills. I mean, they've got the 12 points in the bag. They also get this 10 points for being in the top 5. But can they move forward? Meanwhile, look at Assam Rhinos. They're still waiting very patiently on the bottom area. That's where tension is. Both these teams are the only ones remaining with 5 players each. Meanwhile, Team 11, Team 7, and Team 3, they're sitting with 3, 2, and 1 players simultaneously. Now, of course, you see Don Box. He wants to enter the fight now. He's going in there. Assam is seeing all this shenanigans happen. There are going to be a few shots sitting out there from tension. They want a few more kills in the bag. They'll be able to secure 3 as of now. Meanwhile, better one. He is also struggling. Yeah, I mean, but on the other side, of course, you're going to see a few more shots getting dealt there. Tension, repositioning. They want to move forward, but they're getting shot at now from Rhinos.
Well, they're getting shot at from one side because they have to take the higher ground. If they don't take the higher ground, it's pretty bad. But look at that. That's incredible. They just go for the shoot, and then they come back. But well, Rib and Resnov both go down. They need revivals. They need revivals right now. Meshkao is going to be coming to the back lines just to revive his teammates, and that's pretty good cover just coming up from the wall sides. And now the revival just comes in. Resnov has been finished. And that actually bothers me right now because that guy was incredible. But look at that, as Garjant is moving forward. It's Babu as well. A 2 versus 3 situation. Ribbon, you need to check your back corners, man. Otherwise, the fight will be a bad one. As team number 3 is on a hot kill streak. And that grenade looks incredible up. It's going to be putting up his own first shades. I mean, team 9 versus team 3. This is going to be a bad one.
This is so close to comfort. I mean, you see Riban, he's hiding in the sides. He also get a shot here, but Mizako, he sees Babu. Can they really go out there? Jintu is going to be sitting another bomb in there just to make sure it can reposition this fight. Meanwhile, Toxic sending out the shots there onto Rhino and going to be taking down one more player. 2 players remaining here from Team Better One, but they're not going to be stopping. Meanwhile, Rhinos now, they are going to be struggling. They're already getting shot at from 2 sides. We were on the other side now. I'm still excited to see what's going to go down. Another player from Rhinos going to be taking a fall there, leaving us with 14. Mishako, he's going to get out of here. He's lost his teammate. Doesn't want to lose more. Getting shot out there, but Harpreet, meanwhile, he is still stuck inside. Team number 3, not letting go of this team. On the sidelines, of course, Team 5, they're going to be seeing Team 11 very soon. The circle is closing. Everybody needs to move. And Toxic GR, he's putting his best foot forward.
He's trying to do everything, but look at that. Look at them eliminations just coming in right now. Gaushin has to move inside the circle as well, as he is the last one surviving from his team, but that seems pretty bad. He gets taken down. Oh my god. 3 people alive from this one and 2 from the other one. I want to see if Tension can get another one. Can they go for another booyah? They are moving forward. This is what I was saying. They need to get the higher ground right now, and they have spotted the players. They are trying to take them down. One of them might just go down, but no, the wall was being created. Meshkao, he gets a wall of his own right now. The grenades are being shot at from one direction to the other. Meshkao is moving forward again. This is going to be a 3 versus 2. If Assam Rhino can take this one, that will be a tricky one though. But Rick needs a revival. Raj is the last man surviving. He goes down. 4th booyah coming in from Team Tension.
That is insane. I mean, if you looked at the last 10 seconds of this fight, you clearly see that tension, such good coordination between all of them, the way they played this out till the last very second. I could see patience, I could see accuracy, I could see aim, nothing really going out of play there. And that's why I think they're getting their 4th booyah, another 20-30 points in their name. That's what we're just going to say, 20-30 points, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this team has got for themselves. But we're going to head back to the desk now, and hopefully things are going to go great on the other side.
Well, things do look great on this side as well. I mean, 4 out of 5 fixes.
I'm telling you, after that loss, they got themselves.
I think
Yet
they
another
used the
crate.
break quite efficiently. They ran to the store,
Right.
got themselves another crate.
That was a quickie, to be
Yeah.
honest, over there. But, you know, if you have to talk about the game, the circle did pan around Kozatua. And, for a second, I really thought this was the game was in the hands of Assam Rhinos. And
Yeah.
how on earth could they let that go, having that beautiful high ground advantage? But then comes the supremacy of, Team Tension over there. They did lose out on one of their players, but that still did not deter them. They did manage to take a fight. And Gods of Assam, they were actually trying to backstab them, but he did take those shots, but it was still the numbers advantage that was in Tension's favor that really got them that squad wipe. They just all they had to do, it was a kind of a 3v2 situation. They did manage to trade those the knocks in initially in the final fight, but I think going in for the revival,
Yeah.
that is a questionable
That,
decision.
and plus when you see your opponent, why are you not shooting?
And in the final circle,
that's a
why
big
on earth
question.
would you go for a revive? of course, we do know you tend to panic in those situations.
I think it was the mistakes from their opponents, and plus the utility from the side of Tension was also pretty incredible. I mean, the damage
Yeah,
they
the
dropped-
grenades.
Yeah, exactly. The nades, I mean, did a pretty impressive jobs of chipping down on the health bars and getting them low enough for the players to just charge in and take them out.
Yeah, of course. It's all about building the pressure. Now, the positions were compromised,
Building up
staying
the
high.
tension.
Yeah. So, right. Literally. So, throwing all those grenades,
Yeah.
we did know one thing, that they were certain of their position. They knew that they can just spread out across the map and they just can push in. So, applying, lobbing those grenades out, that really, was getting that constant chip damage, like you mentioned. And all they had to do was just spread out, get those trades, because they still had one extra member, and that is what they were succeeding in. They did manage to get that knock, and eventually Team Tension also got one of their players knocked, but it was a 2v1 situation, and there, like I mentioned, we did see the last player of Sam Rhino actually going in for the revive in a very, very sticky situation. Yes, that was questionable. Had he rather gone on the offensive, or had they, having that high ground advantage, that brought me to thinking, why aren't you nading?
Exactly. That is one thing I need to I agree on. Why aren't you nading? Plus, why aren't you shooting as well? Because
Could have built those walls and taken those shots.
yeah, it wasn't like Tension. They were charging in together in that final opportunity. It was the numbers advantage of their side, but they were going in one after the other. There was opportunity being provided to the opponents to just take them out one by one, and they did not take it. Well, Tension, they aren't going to give you too many chances. Let's have a look at the standings of this game, ladies and gentlemen, and see how the points are being handed out.
Wow. Gods of Assam, 29 points. Well, that might really change things around, but the remainder of the teams, Bofukan Army, like we thought they could do something. Yeah, I think, Johnny, you still have to be a dreamer over there.
Yeah.
But, apart from that, I'm still waiting for the final leaderboard to come out. This was not a really, really high kill game for Tension, but as long as they're getting those booyahs in for themselves, that's a really good thing. And Assam Rhino, a final consolation second position is what they have to be satisfied with. Gods of Assam, really good performance this time around. Better one were the ones getting a lot of points this game, but I don't think that's just gonna be enough to push them forward to the finals.
So yeah, we know two names that we are sure have made it, Tension and Do or Die, just because they managed to get one
right.
booyah away from Team Tension. But who's going to be what is that third
The
name?
third.
The third name. That
Still
is
tied
what
up.
we
It
are-
was still tied up.
Yes, that's what's interesting, because the points were tied up 75 to 75. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the leaderboard right now and
Drum
see
rolls.
the teams that make it to the finals, ladies and gentlemen. So Tension, Do and None, better one.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa. This just came out of the syllabus over
Yeah.
here. A better one. Okay, the last final game really sealing the deal over there, and this time the difference is 6. In Gods of Assam, 3 more kills, maybe one better position point. Could have made it, but still not the end of the road.
The standings don't change apart from that much. I mean, Kasi FF still on the 5th. Burfakan Army is still on the 6th. One Man Army still on the 7th. So standings don't change much apart from the 3rd and the 4th position just going complete haywire. And better one. I mean, congratulations, crossing the 100-point mark as well.
Yeah, of course, and they were consistent. This is the team that was kind of playing under the radar. They were consistently getting those 10-15 points, and courtesy to that, even if you take the average, it's straight away 20 points per game. And now they are on 100 points. They have made it through to the finals. But Tension, this is a team that did make a statement over here. The way they have been playing, I think I am so stoked up for the finals to just get started out. Because out of 5 games, getting 4 booyahs is not a small feat.
Exactly. 4 out of 5. That's an incredible number. That's an incredible success rate for this team. And finals, I mean, you asked a really important question.
Yeah.
What were they doing in Qualifier 1 and Qualifier 2? Where were they? Where was this team? And how are they going to fare up against those lads that have already made it to the finals?
And
We still have one more finals.
Yeah, of course. And look
qualifier.
at the kill points difference of Tension and the second position team. They had 76
Incredible, man.
just from 5 games.
We have been talking about, I mean, not just the point difference in terms of kills, but had the match number 4 gone their way too, I'm pretty sure they would have landed with another booyah.
Yeah, that was an early exit. Maybe you then every
Over-aggression,
single
yeah.
over aggression that really cost you bad because but then again you can't blame them after winning 3 booyahs.
Yeah.
Of course, you'll be all so energetic over those Red Bull cans that you've really
So
had.
they have an 80% win rate right now. That is
Massive.
that is massive. It's unrealistic, and well, I mean, it is an epic way to close out qualifier number 3. Because yes, qualifier 3 with this are done. Qualifier 4 registrations are going to be starting soon. So make sure if you want to compete in the Northeast Esports Summit, ladies and gentlemen, you check that out at anysummit.nodwingaming.com. This is Super Johnny being joined by Fixes, and we're going to try and finish this entire fridge by the end of the day, which our sponsors,
Easy.
Red Bull, have been so gracious enough to provide us with. Until then, we'll see you next time. Take care and good night.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.